What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Crazy Ant Farm. I have two hands free because I have this awesome new mic stand. Just wanted to say it. I don't care. But we have this awesome industry news coming on for you today. We also have a special guest this week, Mr. Sam Medina, the one and only. And, of course, we have box office predictions, billboard chart toppers, and the word of the day. How's everybody doing? We are Tavia-less.
Tavialist.
Yes.
That's a pretty badass name. Tavilius.
Yeah.
Like,
We could put that in something. Maybe we could start like our own superhero. Tavilius.
Yeah, we don't know what powers that is.
No,
so we'll have
no. It kind of sounds like a supervillain.
A supervillain.
It
Tavilius.
does. Yes. Yeah.
Tavilius all about it.
Yeah, it's time for some news, bitches. It's time for some news, bitches.
I was about to say you got Sound Guy back, though.
And Sound Guy is back. That is right. Glad to have you back, bro.
Yeah.
Because we miss you.
Oh, I missed y'all. I was just too tired to be in a Red Cross shelter helping out. I was just way too tired to wake up.
I feel you.
Yeah.
But let's start off with some funny news.
Some funny news.
The Academy Awards said, fuck that popular choice award, and decided to get
for
it
now.
For now,
Yeah.
Well, that's just they
taking
just
a lot of
announced the
backlash
category.
from that, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, they decided to come. They're making all these changes to the broadcast because they want to shorten it up, make it quicker, and kind of give more recognition to different things. And then they came up with this brilliant idea to come up with this new category, the popular film category, best popular film. Basically translating to all those blockbuster films that make a shit ton of money, but will never get nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture. That's how they were going to try to deal with that. They were going to say, okay, we're never going to give these people best picture, but we want to acknowledge them, so we'll just call them the best popular film.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that shit didn't go over well at all.
Not at all.
Actors, actresses, directors, producers, even studios, all came out against it, saying that's ridiculous. This is stupid.
Exactly.
We should be recognized for what we do.
Exactly.
And then,
well, if you think about like Black Panther, of course that would probably be nominated, but it also deserves so much more than just the most popular movie.
Exactly.
But like all of Christopher Nolan's Batmans, they didn't really get recognized for Best Picture or even close to.
Right.
I mean,
should have gotten director. I mean,
Yeah.
There was a little bit like I liked the popular category just because the blockbusters usually got snubbed.
That's what we're trying to say. You shouldn't snub a film just because it's a blockbuster.
Right.
Either it deserves recognition for the people and what they did on it, or it doesn't.
Right.
It's
like it shouldn't be based on money or box office.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, I understand
Basically,
that.
the critics are the ones that are.
But they were
if something's
snubbing
not critically heralded as something as an art piece or anything like that. It gets ignored.
But that's what happens. A lot of the art pieces get Best Picture.
Yeah, which
and
is
then
ridiculous.
This doesn't mean
with the limited releases, they don't even see a lot of the movies that are nominated for Oscars. So it's pretty crazy.
And to be fair, it kind of got quashed because the Academy members themselves
that's
went
what
to the board and were like, we're about 9 months into this whole award season already, and to just announce it, let's just stick a pin in it now and kind of not do this. And so the board listened to them, and but let's remember, the members themselves are actors and actresses and directors and producers and people working in the industry, and nobody was really fond of this idea. So while they say it's temporarily squashed, I think it's done. I think they're not going to do it.
You think they'll try again next year?
So rather than just giving participation trophies for movies, it should just be able to hold them all up to the same regard.
Exactly, hold them all up,
Very much so.
And I'll tell you, the Disney. They wholeheartedly agree with this.
Yeah.
And they just announced that they are all in. Apparently, they're going to spend like 14 gazillion, 300 trillion million gazillion dollars on the marketing campaign for Oscar consideration for Black Panther.
Yeah.
They've taken out ads for your consideration for everything. Best actor, best actress, supporting actor, supporting actress, best director,
like
best film, best
cinematography,
music
makeup,
score, best like everything. And they are just going to spend all kinds of money to get Black Panther an Oscar. And I got to be honest with you. If it walks away with like fucking best costumes
Right.
or best makeup, but it does not get a legit award.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Visual
about
effects.
the awards you don't see until the last hour
Right,
of the show.
exactly.
Visual effects and sound.
Yeah, I don't want those. As
No.
awesome as those are, I want the awards that you see in the last hour of the show.
Yes.
I want a best cinematographer. I want
Yes.
a best director. I want a best actor. Somebody from that film needs to win.
Agreed.
And I think cinematographer.
Yeah.
She already got
honestly.
screwed for Mudbound.
Yeah.
She needs to fucking win for Black
Yeah.
Panther.
And
Okay,
Mudbound
she's
was
awesome.
beautiful. Oh my goodness.
She's awesome. She deserves it. She needs to get it.
And Black Panther was a pretty movie.
Yeah,
It was.
beautiful.
Yeah, shot really nice.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, next on the agenda, Beetlejuice set to become a Broadway. Whoa, we got something else.
No,
No,
don't.
I'm gonna tie it in. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay,
I'm gonna
Well,
tie
just
it
don't
in.
say it
You
again.
just did
I
something
wanted
really
to stick it
quick.
because it was like with Black Panther, but we'll bring it back around to another one that's on the list.
Okay. Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Wait, don't say it again though.
Yeah, I can't. I already said it twice.
What?
What? What? All right,
Okay.
Chris, you say what?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's it.
No, we're screwed.
Is there a second movie?
I don't
No.
know.
For
Well-
Beetlejuice?
Everyone I've seen interviews says they would love to do it, but
Yeah.
no one's. There's
Oh no,
nothing.
I had heard. Oh, at last it was moving forward.
Oh, really?
That they had signed off on the script and that
Oh,
it was
shit.
moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe this Broadway musical will bring it back to light and maybe shine more light on the film that comes
Yes.
out.
I mean, who doesn't want to see him return to Beetlejuice?
Yeah,
Any of them.
honestly.
I would love to see all of them return.
Yeah.
That's like
especially,
5 times now.
Yeah, it's 5 times.
5 times.
5 times. You got to be careful when you say Beetlejuice 5 times.
Yeah.
Just say it 6 and go away.
No.
Go away. But yeah, spring 2019. It'll be interesting how they'll make it a musical though, because I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't originally
Yeah.
a musical.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It'll be Beetlejuice the musical starring Neil Patrick Harris and Hugh Jackman. That's how you
That
make
would
it a
be-
musical.
that would
That's
be
all I'm
epic.
saying. Like,
That would
how
be
amazing
epic.
would that be?
Who's playing Beetlejuice?
Well, Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman should be like the husband, and I don't know who do we bring in as the wife. Like I don't know.
I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah, to be honest. Next one just broke news today, Wednesday, on this recorded day of the podcast. Henry Cavill. What's up with Superman?
Henry?
There's rumors going around he might not be Superman anymore, but then there's other rumors going around that he might still have the cape in his closet for a later date. But it's clear that Warner Brothers wants to move forward and shift their focus to Supergirl.
Yeah. They announced that a few months back that they
Yeah.
were going to do a Supergirl film, which I'm totally against unless it's Melissa Benoist.
Yeah.
I think she's perfect on the CW
Yeah.
Supergirl. She's they've got that character completely right. She portrays the character perfectly.
Yeah.
If that's not who they're bringing forward, I don't think they should touch this.
Yeah.
But they're
unless they're
going
going straight with the comic book version where she's Kryptonian first.
They are going with it's an origin story. She's coming to Earth. It's going to be a teenager. She's going to be a teenager. And which is why they're dumping Henry Cavill. While they won't confirm, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a second. In this scenario, if she's a teenager, Cal would still be a baby on Earth.
Yeah.
So they can't have Henry Cavill
Yeah.
moving forward because if they're gonna put Supergirl into the DCEU or whatever the fuck they're calling it today, if they're
Already
gonna
don't like it.
put her in it and move forward,
Yeah.
then that would mean that he would be a baby, and
Right.
meaning any future films with Superman, they would have to cast younger than Henry
Yeah.
Cavill.
So once again, they're going against the source material
Yes,
Once again.
yes. So they're basically
because
using
she's only a teenager or grown because she didn't make it here at the same time he did.
right. So
Well, she
they're
was
basically
born before he was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's older than he is in the comic books, but she got here later
Right.
than he did.
right.
Yeah.
He was already grown when she got
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So
She's still the same age.
So
Well, because
regardless,
of more
though-
mass requires more energy to push through space.
Regardless,
It's got
though,
a wormhole or something.
the official statement from Warner Brothers kind of doesn't make sense. And after it broke, there was an insider who said he's out, he's done,
Yeah.
he's not being Superman anymore. His manager tweeted very cryptically, "Keep the peace," because a lot of fans blew up on Twitter being
Right.
pissed off that because they like him as Superman.
Yeah.
And she tweeted very quietly, very cryptically, "Keep the peace. The cape is still in the closet.
It's okay.
Warner Brothers is going to make an announcement shortly." The cape is still in the closet. That was her statement.
If you're
Warner
listening to
Brothers
this
comes out and
podcast
says-
live, you're
yeah,
probably
Warner Brothers
going to have them
official-
update on Twitter whether or not they release a statement or anything to clarify that.
Do what now?
Probably when we go live, y'all probably be on Twitter clarifying this.
Oh, they did.
because of
Warner
this.
Brothers clarified it, but they didn't clarify it at all. So hopefully they will. At
So
some
they
point.
clarified that they didn't clarify.
Right.
Yeah,
Warner
they came
Brothers'
out with a
official
statement.
statement that apparently his manager was referring to that was coming
Yeah.
came, and it made no sense at all.
Yeah,
It said,
like, what the hell?
while no decisions have been made on future Superman films, we have a high respect and appreciation for Henry Cavill, and that continues.
Yeah. Like what?
What does that mean? Like, okay, is he or is he not coming back? That was the best way to totally avoid the confrontation
Right,
and
like,
the
what the-
situation.
That's 100% definite maybe.
Yeah, right.
I
So,
think-
I
but
think
they
it sounds.
did
I think
say-
it sounds like that Henry. It's in balls in Henry Cavill's court.
No. Apparently, here's how it all went down. They were negotiating with Henry Cavill's people about doing a cameo as Superman in Shazam. Those negotiations fell apart, and Henry Cavill walked away from that. That's when Warner Brothers cut him and said he's done as Superman. It's over. We're moving in a different direction. They announced Supergirl. They said their focus moving forward would be Supergirl, and that no future solo Superman films were planned at any point in the near future.
Damn.
So now, clearly, with their official statement, they are trying to backtrack that a little bit.
Yeah, I bet.
But still, they made it perfectly clear with no decisions made on Superman films. Clearly, they're sticking with Supergirl,
Yeah.
which I
Okay.
get. Captain
Yeah.
Marvel's coming. They're all trying to jump on this
Yeah.
female superhero-led
Yeah.
bandwagon.
I know.
Let's shelf. Wonder Woman was hugely successful. Let's
Yeah.
capitalize and do Supergirl and forget Batman and Superman. I think
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to do. By the way, Ben Affleck, shortly after, they announced that he's done. After Henry Cavill was announced,
Right.
they basically, again, Warner Brothers shadily not confirming or denying, but has basically said he's done as Batman as well.
Yeah.
So-
What it just sounds like is there's an exec with a Napoleon complex that Cavill said, "No, I'm not doing that in Shazam." "Oh, you're not gonna do it in my movie? You'll never work in a DC movie again. I'll make sure of it." And then they
look,
told all the
I
rest of
mean,
them, they
you
went,
know,
"Shut the hell up."
Unfortunately, Superman is like the flagship character of
Well-
this. God forbid.
Well, he's
DC
the one who
actually
started
has
this whole-
Superman in there.
yeah, but
This
here's-
this whole universe right now is the start from Man of Steel.
yeah,
The whole
but-
thing, the
but
first domino.
I liked it, and don't get me wrong, I liked Man of Steel. We kind of talked about this last week. I really liked Man of Steel, and I like Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The most successful film in the franchise so far
is
and
Wonder
in
Woman.
their
Is Wonder
universe
Woman, yeah.
is Wonder Woman.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the only one that critics and fans adored.
Yeah.
It's the only one that like legitimately was a box office hit. I know
Yes.
the other ones all made money. They were profitable, but they weren't hits.
Oh,
Wonder Woman was.
My mic fell.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Literally mic drop.
So, here's what I think, and I said this last week, and I still think this is the case. I understand that there are fans of Henry Cavill. I'm a fan of Henry Cavill. I understand that there are fans of Ben Affleck. I was a fan of Ben Affleck and the older Batman. I kind of liked that whole thing. But here's the thing.
It could go either way with me.
Take Wonder Woman and start over. Use Wonder Woman as the source to build the
well, I mean,
DC
they
universe
kind of can. Like
and
this
go
Wonder
around it.
Woman, her Wonder Woman movie has nothing. I mean, not much to do with the arc. They could just take that Wonder Woman movie and re-arc the rest.
Exactly.
Just keep
Build it- build the
have her go
universe
to
around her.
World War II. Have her just
Yeah.
continue on, and let's like use her as Captain America instead of starting the series of Iron Man.
Right.
Let's start it with Captain America from the past. So it'd be Wonder Woman in the past, coming up to present, and where a pod is discovered in what, Iowa? Where's
Kansas, bro.
Kansas. Whoops.
Kansas.
Kansas, bro.
Kansas.
No, but yeah, I agree. I think it should be centered around Wonder Woman and build from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they proved that Wonder Woman and Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They got it right, so build around what is right. That's all I'm saying.
But that's the thing that DC doesn't do. Marvel lets their characters grow and lets them grow on their own, and then
they
brings them
started with
together.
Third tier characters.
But see, the thing is now, though, is that DC has a chance. Warner Brothers has a chance because they have their start with Wonder Woman. Now, if they take their time and they build around Wonder Woman and they do it properly, they can compete down the line.
Right.
But if they, again, still try to rush... Because, listen, nothing against Jason Momoa, nothing against... Aquaman is going to suck.
It looks
Okay?
like it,
It's going to suck. It's going to be
gonna
just
sink.
like Batman vs.
There's going to be a
Superman.
lot of women
It's
that's
gonna
going to
be-
disagree with that. They're going to try pushing
But it's
that.
not going to be what they want it to be.
Yeah.
It's not going to
I
be
agree with
Wonder
that.
Woman status. It's not.
I
It
just
might
want to
make
see
money.
how James Wan's going to do an action.
No, I'm just
movie.
saying women
Yeah.
overall just wanting to see
Yeah, I just.
Jason
But
Momoa.
they need to just stop. They need to restart with Wonder Woman and just go from there.
Yeah.
So I wish Henry Cavill great luck. I think he's going to do great on Witcher on Netflix.
Yeah, on
He's
Netflix.
fine. He's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
he
man,
can-
the internet blowing up on Witcher. It was just
Yeah.
touching that nerve. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason that he even signed on for that is because he knew a while back that negotiations were going bad
Right.
for Superman, and he was on to the next gig already. That's
Exactly.
my opinion.
Exactly.
I mean,
And
and his
then he saw all
manager's
this
doing
shit
what
with
she has
Ben.
to do, or he. I don't know who his manager is within that group, but
Yeah.
they're doing what they have to do, which
Yeah.
is kind of put out fires. But we all know sometimes they say things that aren't true.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
think Henry is done.
Yeah.
I think he's done. And can I just say we called that shit like
Like
last
last
week on the podcast.
Yeah, when
You
we
know,
brought
we're
up,
always ahead. We're always ahead of the game.
Just saying.
So the big announcement today, but we announced that shit last week.
Yeah.
But it's also like it could also refresh the moody DC characters we've been dealing with, all of them in this dark universe where Superman wasn't supposed to be in this dark territory.
Right.
I mean, this could be a fresh start, but I don't, as a betting man, if they allow movie betting instead of just sports betting in the casinos down here, I would surely bet against DC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if it's up against Marvel. I just wish the movies were lighter. I don't like how dark they are.
Yeah.
I understand they're a darker comic, but
Well, I think they were going darker because Marvel was going lighter.
yeah.
And to me, I feel like if it was going to be, I would rather Marvel stay lighter and DC be darker.
Yeah.
See, I don't necessarily agree that Marvel is lighter. If you really look at the tone and the storyline of the Marvel movies,
Yeah.
it's dark shit.
Yeah, if you look at
Everybody's dying. It's the end of the
Yeah, I
fucking
mean-
universe. He just wiped out half
Yeah.
the fucking people in our planet. And it's been
One
building
movie.
that whole time. No.
Okay, well then look at every Netflix movie. Look at Punisher.
Well, no,
His
no.
entire family
That's
was
their dark
brutally
corner.
murdered.
But it's part of all in the same universe.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as far as the films go, have had dark undertones.
Yeah.
People dying, like the turmoil and the tragedy that they had to deal with in their lives to get where they
Yeah.
are at. The
Then
thing
maybe
that
it's
they've
just
been
how
able
it's
to
shot.
do. Yeah, but they've been successfully able to lighten the film in areas where it needs to be lightened while carrying a serious tone.
Yeah.
That's what DC hasn't figured out except for Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
You can have a really heavy tone and a serious storyline and still have comedic moments to lighten the mood.
Right.
That's
Well,
what Marvel has successfully
where-
done. That's what Wonder Woman successfully did.
Where some people may have thought that Chris Nolan, with the Dark Knight trilogy, basically reinvented a DC Comics movie, may have been what I thought was going to be a good thing, but maybe it was a bad thing because everyone's trying to compare or trying to contend with his vision
Yeah.
and keep it pretty much in the same gritty world.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Man of Steel was done relatively well, considering if you put a
the
person like
ending.
huh?
The ending.
Well, he killed
killed Zod.
he killed Zod in the comic books.
Yeah.
yeah, but
It was the only person he ever killed.
Yeah. What?
he could have done it just like you did with Christopher Reeve's Superman and had Zod locked away and he broke out. And
He
came
killed
back
Zod
and
in
then
that movie
killed him.
too. You never saw him again?
Well, he was locked away in the dimensional thing
Yeah,
that's
the
flipping
Phantom
through
Zone.
space.
No, he
He
didn't.
didn't- he didn't.
He jumped and fell to his death because he
But-
had no powers.
Yeah, but Superman didn't kill him though.
No.
But
In the comic books, he put him in the Phantom Zone or whatever, and then there was another instance. Well, regardless, if there was an alien from another planet with superpowers, there was only two ways that people would look at him in our modern society. They look at him as a threat or as a god.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did in Man of Steel.
looked as one as a god and one as a threat.
Yeah.
And you know,
And I think that was probably the best tone for that movie.
So, yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't hate Man of Steel.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hate it. I'm just giving the argument. I thought it didn't need to be as dark.
Yeah.
I mean, Superman, he was always... He's supposed to be a shinier version of Captain America.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what Superman was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that Zack Snyder has the best vision for any of these characters, but I mean, I think his vision was that Superman had to earn his place in our world, and that's what Man of Steel was all about. That's why when he brought it back for Justice League, which, you know, we can just not talk about that, but they made it to where him dying in Dawn of Justice meant that he earned his place.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe because now that I'm looking back at it at the IMDb page and going through like the DC category, they're trying to do so much in so little time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you
They're trying
think
to play
about
catch up.
it,
They rush
there's-
right through just to make the Marvel money. They want to
Yeah.
make that Marvel money, but
because I'm going back and looking, and Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, and then Wonder Woman. They only have 4 movies under their belt, and they're just trying to do so much.
And
so
but
maybe-
like, look at their release dates. Look how quickly those came out.
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
2013, 2016, 2017.
They tried to
and-
do in 2 years what Marvel
Yeah,
did
exactly.
in 10.
In 10,
Right.
exactly.
So
It's
that's
like-
probably a big part of the problem.
Yeah,
What's
definitely.
going back to an old argument I've always had. I don't understand how they're so bad at it when they've owned these characters for 80 years.
Well,
Yeah.
again, I think
and
Well, no, but
Disney's
they
only
made-
owned Marvel for what? Well, at that point, like
Since-
5 years.
Yeah.
but DC used to do it the way Marvel does it today. With looking at the first 3 Superman.
Right.
I know the third's not great,
yeah.
but
Can we skip the third one?
okay, the
fourth
first
one.
2.
The fourth one too.
Oh, okay,
They just
the fourth
introduced
one.
Nuclear Man in the comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
funny.
they let a character grow and develop.
Right.
They didn't have to have 20 bad guys.
Right.
They had
right.
Lex Luthor in. Look, I'm not even saying his name right, but they had him in 2 different movies.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Easily.
again, I'm gonna just say this. They're doing it wrong on the movie side, but they do understand. They have someone in the
TV side.
The
stable
TV
who
side
understands.
is great. Yeah.
Or the animated
Berlanti.
movies.
Yeah.
If you want to fix the the DC universe in the movies, give it to Berlanti. Let Patty Jenkins and Greg Berlanti take
Hell
it
yeah.
and do their job.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because Berlanti's doing the right. He built a universe. Arrow.
He did.
Arrow was on for a couple of years. Not. Hey, here's Arrow. Next year, here's this. Here's
Yeah.
that. No, Arrow's on a couple of years. Then he introduces Flash. Flash and Arrow are now in there.
Yeah.
They're on a couple of years. Then he introduces Supergirl.
Yeah.
Then he introduces Legends of Time. They spanned it out and introduced and built this world every couple of years
Yeah.
into all these That's how you do it.
Yeah.
He did it successfully. He's in then Black Lightning, and then now there. I mean, there's
Black Lightning isn't with Blaney, is he? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Every DC property, even Titans that's coming onto the streaming is Berlanti.
Yeah.
He's like he's the guy.
And then
Yeah.
if you also look at any of the
Batwoman.
animated features and TV shows, have also worked very well. Except for I think Killing Joke is the only one that fans kind of
Yeah, it wasn't that
they
good.
had a little
Me too.
withdrawal on it. But with most of the animated stuff, it was just great
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
great actors and great directorial going
Yeah.
on with.
Yeah, because I
fitting
mean,
in.
we were talking about it the other day. When I think of the Joker's voice, I think of Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
to be honest, like Batman the Animated Series was groundbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
It was brilliant television, and it was a brilliant storyline
Yeah.
from week in, week out. They just excelled, and look what spawned from that. I mean, like
Exactly.
they all of the different. I mean, Harley Quinn was literally a one-shot character.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be in one episode.
Yep.
Now she may be quite possibly the most popular person in DC Comics at the
Yeah.
moment. Like, and it was supposed to be nothing but a one-episode
Dini-
guest star.
Paul Dini created him for the
Yeah.
show.
Oh my goodness! Can we just say Margot Robbie needs to stay Harley Quinn though? If they're changing up this DC shit,
Oh
she
yeah,
needs
no,
to stay
because
Harley
she's
Quinn.
she's the perfect Harley Quinn. If
Yeah.
they change that, I'm
Yeah,
done.
I swear.
Like walking
I
away.
give
Like, no,
I'm done.
well, except for Wonder Woman, I'll stay for Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. But
Can
the
we
rest
just-
of it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Then just have them keep the Wonder Woman going together, and then have the Flash go back in time,
Yeah.
by
See,
accidentally
and they
do a
messed that up.
flashpoint and then mess everything
They
up and
literally had a
reset.
Yeah.
great storyline go, and they were setting it up with Flashpoint. Jeffrey Dean Morgan
Yeah,
and Lauren
that would've
Cohen
been
as the
epic.
parents who were
Yeah.
going to be Batman and Joker. And it was all going to be perfect, and then they're like,
They would have had to.
let's just scratch that.
They would have had to. They would have had to recast Superman though, because Superman's only like 110 pounds in Flashpoint.
But that's
Well,
the
no.
point, though.
You just
It
give
would've-
you
yeah.
just give Cavill just a really tuna diet and have him do the machinist
Look like Christian Bale in The Machinist.
Yeah.
There you
This
go.
is for sure the longest tangent y'all have gotten on about
But
one
this is a
topic.
good one, though.
It is.
because
We're up at
this is-
25 minutes, and we were only on the third
Why, you-
topic of
you got
industry
something to do?
news.
We love super.
You're going somewhere.
If you could not tell.
I mean, and who doesn't at this point? I
Exactly.
mean, they are the thing right now.
Exactly.
They are the thing right now.
Like,
And
but
the-
anyway,
To go back to the skinny thing, it would look like Chris Evans in the first Captain.
Yeah, they could
America.
totally digitally
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They could totally. And by the way, if you guys aren't getting excited about Captain Marvel, I'm like getting really
I am
excited
too.
about
I
Captain Marvel.
cannot wait.
Apparently, she's like the end all be all in the Marvel
Yeah,
universe.
like the most
According to
powerful
Kevin
person.
Feige,
She's Captain
she-
Marvel.
Her power level is beyond anything that anyone in
How
the
did you
Marvel
say his
Cinematic
name?
Universe is Marvel.
Feige?
Yeah, didn't you say just Captain Feige?
No.
No.
You
Oh,
said
okay.
Feige. You said
Kevin.
Kevin. I thought I said
Feige.
Captain for some reason. I'm sorry, y'all. I just
Um,
went off that.
Anyway, though,
I never really understood her powers.
well, apparently it's like she's it. She's like
I mean,
The end all
nobody
be
can
she's
all.
like
match
solar.
her.
She's
Yeah.
like cosmic power. or
Yeah,
something.
nobody can match her apparently,
Yeah.
according to him.
She's Captain
And it's going to be
Marvel.
like this mind blowing kind of a thing. And Ruffalo has come out and said that Hulk will be like anything you've ever seen before,
Yeah.
like unlike anything you've ever seen before. That the motion capture technology has just gone so
Because he's
that
going to
if
be
you
Doc
think-
Green. Well, you're talking about in the next Avengers movie?
Yeah, in Infinity War, yeah.
He's going to be Doc Green.
Yeah, he's gonna. But they're talking about like the amount of Ruffalo that you're gonna actually see is
Hey.
beyond anything that they've been able to do with this motion
Yeah.
capture
Right.
before. And it's going to be like, for the
shit.
first time, it's not going to be. It's literally going to be Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
you kind of got a hint of that in Thor Ragnarok, but
because he's essentially going to be Banner controlling the Hulk. So I mean,
no, but I'm talking about the
I know,
technology.
but I mean,
of-
the technology is going with the narrative of that arc.
Yeah.
Yes, but finally we'll get to see Mark Ruffalo as Hulk and not some CGI looking weird thing.
I mean, when he's
It's
more
gonna be-
Hulk, he's going to look.
I mean,
less
he
like
thought he
Ruffalo.
looked pretty good as Avengers. He looked pretty much like Mark Ruffalo.
In
when he
in
was
this
the
last
Hulk.
one, yeah, there was a lot, but apparently it's even Ruffalo
even
was
more
even
so.
blown away.
Oh, shit.
It's like it's like literally me
Yeah.
as Hulk.
Because I really
you know?
liked Ragnarok, the way he looked in Ragnarok.
I did too.
Yeah, that was
I
really
did
cool.
too. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, they
cannot
got
wait.
some stuff.
Whole
They got
bunch
some
of
stuff.
exciting things coming out.
Yeah.
Hey, Twitter finally got their heads out of their asses and banned Alex Jones. They were the last platform to do that because I don't know if anyone else saw, but the rant he went on Marco Rubio, or
Oh, the one where Rubio threatened to kick his ass.
yeah, I can
he
handle you.
didn't.
I know.
He didn't. According to
threatened me.
Alex
You
Jones,
threatened
he's
me.
a thug.
Yeah.
He's a gangster thug.
Yeah.
He's a thug.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's only a thug against the
Threatened me with
frogs.
physical violence.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
sure. he
frogs.
The homo frogs.
Yeah.
Turning
Right.
all the frogs gay.
he's basically a big bully. So I'm glad
Yeah.
everyone took away a platform for him to be a bully
and
on.
props to Rubio and the female reporter that was actually interviewing
Yeah.
Rubio
Still has a web-
when this dumbass interrupted them.
Still has a website people are going to flock to.
Still
and
go to there. Yeah,
but they
Well,
both did a
yeah.
great job of like keeping calm
yeah, they
and
did.
like ignoring him to the best that they could.
Yeah.
And then that female reporter was awesome because, like, at the end, she just called his ass out. She's like, "Who's silencing you?
Yeah.
You were literally just
You're
in the face
talking.
of a presidential candidate and senator, and he was answering you, and you were asking him what you wanted to ask him. How are you being silenced? You're in the hall
Exactly.
of Congress asking, and he couldn't answer.
No.
Well,
He was being
it's
so
like,
rude
yeah, he's-
because he was trying to answer that other reporter's question, and then Alex Jones was like, "Right, rah, 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 rah,"
Yeah.
like over
Who
Calling
is
him
this
a-
guy?
Calling him a frat
who is
boy
this guy?
and calling him to go back to his steam room
Yeah.
and sauna and shit. It's like,
Dude, I don't know you.
Yeah, who are you?
No,
Who
this
are
is
you?
not advocating at all. I can't stand the man. But the reason why he's doing that, and a lot of it is character. Some
Yeah.
people, his ex-wife
It's
was,
to sell
or his
shit.
wife
Yeah.
saying, yeah, it's for him to sell stuff. For him to sell a $10,000 vitamin that actually costs $5 when you go on Amazon and
he's
buy
a
it
salesman.
regularly. that's it.
He's a piece of crap.
Yeah, he's a piece of crap.
So yes, good
Yeah.
job, Twitter. Proud of you.
Well, it's funny because that video of that confrontation
Yeah.
first popped up on Twitter. That's
Did it
probably
really?
when they saw it and
Actually,
went,
they were
"Oh
like, okay,
shit,
we need to stop
We get
this."
it now.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of this
We
douchebag."
understand.
But like, yeah.
That's great. But yeah, good job. All right, next thing. Beats by Dre are now the official headphones of the NBA. This is going to be huge for Apple streaming artists because they can now partner with the NBA for like commercials, video games, anything like that. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
So is this
from
what we're going to see? King James sitting on the sidelines
With some
With
Beats
Beats,
headphones.
You know
Just
that's,
kinda bobbing.
yeah.
Hell yeah. And
And it's perfect timing because he's now in the biggest market.
exactly,
In
LA. Oh my
I mean, he's an
God.
LA boy now, so
Yeah.
he's got to be like getting it. So
Honestly, that's the biggest marketing campaign in general, just him going to
look,
LA.
I'm not gonna lie, that is the fastest shit I've ever seen in my life. We were like out in LA, and he wasn't a Laker yet.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's like nothing.
Yeah.
It's announced. We're out in LA again just a little bit later, like 3 weeks later. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every
Murals
wall
and
is
shit.
graffitied
Yeah.
with the king. There's jerseys for sale on every corner.
Yeah.
There's like it had to have been the fastest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like they all had the cans just waiting.
Right.
Wait, and he's a Laker.
They
And, like,
knew
it was
he was
like,
in-
And then
Yeah.
they were
Lakers were in the rumor
vandalized
mill.
too, are they?
No.
I thought there's some people were vandalized.
Oh yeah, some of them vandalized the murals. Some
Yeah.
people
Oh,
were
that's
shitty about 'em.
unfortunate.
Yeah, some
But
people
there
were
was a
shitty about
beautiful
it.
one with all of the past.
I think that's
Showtime
one of
Lakers.
them that actually did.
Showtime Lakers,
Yeah.
and then he was like looking, and they were all kind of like looking at him, and yeah, it was badass. I'm not gonna lie.
But y'all knew. Y'all knew at one point or another he's going to become a Laker. It was just
Yeah.
going to happen. That
I
was
mean,
just...
Yeah, because they got to make Space Jam too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
all
Even
kidding aside,
easier.
he has entered now, I think, into 3 different production deals now.
Dude,
With-
yeah,
yeah,
he's on
with
top
the-
of
yeah.
it.
Him going to the Lakers was about retirement.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, he's not
Honestly.
going to retire anytime soon.
He wants to play with his son. That's his goal.
Guaranteed he's going to Brett Favre it.
You think so? That far?
Oh, he wants to play
Because his son
in the league with his son?
Yeah, I think his son is around like middle school age, maybe early high school. So that's his goal for him to play
Yeah.
a season.
That's
or two.
gonna
So
be one-
basically, is what he's saying is he wants his son to skip college also.
Man,
His son
Like,
can't
you
skip
know,
college. He
just
was
go
the,
straight from high school to the league,
he
son.
was the last. They don't even
Yeah,
take.
they don't do
They
that
don't draft out
anymore,
of high,
but-
high school.
Well, if
anymore.
he
He's
wants
got
to
to at
play
least
with-
play 1 year in college.
Yeah, I was
but-
gonna say because if he wants to play with his son, it's gonna have to be quick.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, he's only like 32, 33.
Yeah,
And
but that's...
But he's been in the
healthy.
league since he was 18.
Yeah,
yeah, but like
exactly.
relatively healthy though.
Yeah.
He's been able to avoid injury.
Yeah.
And, like so. I mean, he
he,
could have.
he makes more money off of his endorsement deals than he does from the actual NBA.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think that's
yeah.
why he went to
Yeah,
California,
so
went to
it would
LA.
just settle everything right there.
This is gonna cement his retirement. I mean, I'm not saying retirement in terms
Soon,
for basketball.
yeah.
He's gonna be able to not have to do anything,
Anything.
Oh,
again for the rest
you're
of his
just
life.
saying his legacy. He's
Legacy.
cementing his legacy. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that-
Well, I mean, I don't know if his legacy is. I think his legacy is in Cleveland, where he grew up.
Yeah. But I mean, they were pretty shitty. They
So,
were
I mean-
pretty shitty the first time he left, but now that they weren't as shitty the second time he left. The first time he left, like they were burning jerseys. I remember you guys. saying
But he
that
got him a
shit.
championship.
Right.
Not the first time.
No,
the
but that's
second
what I'm saying. They were
time.
He got him
shitty
to the
'cause
championship the first
They,
time.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
got
were
him to
shitty
there.
because I think they thought he was
3
the
years.
guy that was going to do it. And
Yeah,
he left them.
hometown boy.
But
and
then he
like,
came back and said, "Okay, I'll get
yeah,
you one."
I
And
get
then
you
now
one,
they're
I
okay.
get you two,
you know,
like,
so-
it's fine.
Yeah, it's
They're settled. It's fine.
yeah.
A little sad news. Getting to Burt Reynolds died.
Oh,
A legend.
Burt Reynolds,
Yeah.
man.
82.
82.
And actually, he was a acting coach for our last week's guest, Randy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun
Yeah.
fact.
He had a nice little touching picture.
Who's
and a
Norm
caption
McDonald
for
going to
him.
look up to now?
Who is what?
Norm
Well,
McDonald.
we'll talk about Norm Macdonald in a little bit, but
Oh.
Yeah, he's getting a talk show, isn't he?
yeah.
Oh,
but
boy.
Burt Reynolds, man, like what a career though.
Yeah.
Oh,
82.
yeah.
Legend, really.
I mean, yeah, he no doubt.
Did they finish or were his scenes finished in Once Upon a Time? In
No.
Hollywood?
No, he
never
hadn't
even
even
shot
started
him.
filming yet.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Oh,
have
so
to
they're gonna
recast,
recast?
and
Yeah.
they said that was the last thing he had really talked about. That he
Yeah.
was super excited about going
That
to shoot
sucks.
that, and that it was unexpected. I mean,
Yeah.
he was a little sick, but then just
Yeah,
Boom.
heart attack, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing: that did you see Sally Field
Yeah.
is releasing a memoir, and apparently she's talking some shit about Burt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she
What the
said
fuck?
that she's happy that he had passed before the book was released because she didn't want to hurt him anymore, and she felt like when he read it, he would have had to have responded to it,
Right.
and people would have been asking him
Right.
about it and all these different things. And so
Yeah.
she was glad
But I
that he had
mean-
passed before.
Yeah, exactly. To be on her side a little bit, or to play devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it. Because you want to be completely honest in something you put out there, especially
yeah,
to the public. So,
yeah.
I mean, I
And
understand.
she took fault in it too. She
Yeah.
said, "Look, he was going through a bunch of he was on drugs,
Right.
and he was going through a bunch of crap, and he was
least she
abusive in
gave the
some areas."
backstory, yeah.
But she said,
apparently
she said that she probably caused a lot of that
Mm.
because she was trying to deal with her stepdad issues, who apparently had abused and raped her
Yeah.
and molested her and stuff
Wow.
like that. And so she took a lot of that out on him.
Wow.
And was like, so she takes credit for kind of the problems in the relationship as well, that it
Yeah.
was a dual thing.
Wow.
But she really like lays it out.
Yeah.
Well, in public, he considered, Burt Reynolds considered Sally Field like kind of like the one that got away.
Well, yeah, they
That's what
both.
I
I
was-
think they
yeah,
had that
that's what I was
admiration for
thinking.
each other, but they
But
just
I'll just say it
couldn't make it work.
on the other side of that coin is, oh well, I could put this book out and he can't defend himself.
Right.
Well, but she didn't plan that. I mean, she knew that he
I know,
was going
but
to
it's just
defend
kind of
himself.
like,
but-
oh, I'm glad he's not dead
Right.
because then he can't say I'm a liar.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he would have. I think he would. That's what she was worried about. That he would have had to have defended his
Made a
actions
statement.
and made
Yeah.
a statement about yes, because there was another guy and I can't remember now. It's a singer,
Yeah.
and she was hooked up with him,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the love and freewheeling days. And she said, there one time that she woke up after being high,
Yeah.
and he was on top of her grinding away to some music or
Yeah.
whatever, and she kind of said that she didn't really, but she
Yeah.
said it's not like I didn't expect it,
Right.
we were getting high, and she said that she wrote it, and then he responded,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Hey, look, it is what it is. I'm just going to say, we were both young.
Right.
We were living the life. We're in LA.
Yeah.
I'm a rock star. She's an actress.
Yeah.
We're both famous. We're getting high every day. We're having lots of
Right.
sex. We're drinking.
Yeah.
It is what it is." And he said, "But I respected her enough to not write about her in my book
Yeah.
because I didn't want to write about her using drugs
Right.
and having freewheeling sex because I didn't want to ruin her Gidget image." And so he's not denying any of it. He just said it is what it is.
It
We
is
were
what it
doing a
is.
lot of drugs and having a lot of sex,
Yeah.
but I tried to leave her out of my book when I
Yeah.
wrote about it, and I guess he's not happy that she put it in
Yeah.
her book.
I
But
see.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the Me
craziness.
Too movement.
It is.
I mean, they all feel
It's
like they
hot
can come out
topic.
now and say it.
Yeah.
So
Hot
Never really
topic.
thought about Gidget being like a sex kid. and everything.
freewheeling.
Yeah.
She said she
It's like Martian.
had her
it's like the
sexual
Martian
freedom,
Brady
if
thing.
you will, or found her sexual freedom
Yeah.
at around 17. She had to have an abortion in Tijuana or something
Damn.
like that, is what she said.
Shit.
She just kind
We're
of
still talking about Sally Fields, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right?
Rocky Horror.
Sally Field.
Rocky Horror.
Rocky.
No, that's Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
Oh, whoops.
Yep.
I messed up.
Yep. No, it's
Whoops.
I totally believed any of the stories about
Susan
Susan Sarandon.
Sarandon.
That's crazy. though.
yeah, no, Sally Field,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, whoops.
you can kind of see it though.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
can.
kind of see it.
The more sad news, Pittsburgh rapper Mac Miller passed away. He was 26. He was about to go on tour next month, but a visual will be held at the Pittsburgh Blue Slide Park, which I guess now they're trying to petition for that park to be named after him, which that would be pretty cool because he named an album after Blue Slide Park. So
Is he the one that had the TV show on MTV with his family?
I don't
or
know
some
if he had a
shit like that?
TV show. I know he had like a YouTube like original content thing, but I don't know if he had his own
Because
TV
that's
show.
the only. I think. He
I mean,
did
if
have,
they
like,
want,
a TV show
he
about
wants
his
to
family
do,
or some
they
shit.
want to name him from the park. Well, I mean, has he done something other
Mac
than
Miller's
just made an
super
album
cool.
about
Then
the park?
music? No, but he's been very giving back with charities and everything for Pittsburgh. So
I can see that. If he's done that, then I
Yeah.
can see. Because I'm like, I don't. Only thing I know of him is that he was dating.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
He did a
Yeah.
song. with her or
Hey,
something.
well, and
Yeah.
let's. I'd like to first of all commend her and give her a couple props because
Yeah.
she took a lot of heat
Yeah.
when they broke up. Fans went ballistic on her, saying all kinds of trashy shit about her because he apparently fell back off the wagon, which apparently now he was never on the wagon. He never was clean.
No.
But fans thought he was, and when they broke up and he crashed his SUV, you know,
Yeah.
because he was fucked up, they blamed her for him falling off the wagon or
Yeah,
whatever.
it was like a hit and run
And
incident.
she has done a really good job about keeping quiet on that, making one or two statements about that, about how she did care for him and she did try to keep him,
Right.
you know. And upon his death, just released a photo with no caption, turned off the comments to be allowed to be made, and just very silently, like, I'm sad he's gone.
Yeah.
And I saw just recently his best friend, and apparently somebody that was real tight with them, came out in her defense and said, listen, for all y'all, she was the motivator behind him staying clean.
That's cool.
She did everything possible
Yeah.
to try to make him go straight
Yeah.
and keep him clean and stand by him and do all this stuff, and he just didn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't,
Yeah.
wouldn't, whatever it was. So don't give her shit.
Yeah.
She tried. You know,
That's
and
cool.
so good for him for saying that in defense of her.
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
I mean, sometimes you can love somebody with all your heart and do everything that you can, but if they don't want to change or if they can't change, there's nothing you can do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
you
you
gotta let
can't,
them go and
you
let
know,
them
yeah,
hit their
and you
rock
can't-
bottom
exactly.
naturally.
Dope family. It was like a.
Oh, was it?
It didn't last very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soundman
makes
got
sense.
it, though. At some point, you can't bring yourself down
Exactly.
No,
trying
you
to
gotta-
keep them.
With
You know, you got to
other
walk
people,
away
yeah.
at some point, and that's what she
there's
did.
There's
so.
been a couple of friends that I just have to let go.
Yeah,
And
you just
I
gotta
hate
walk
that I have
away.
to do that and let them hit rock bottom.
What
One
was
of them
it?
is
Was it
doing a
pills
lot
or-
better now on their own.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They're thinking it might have been cocaine that
Yeah.
was mixed with some other shit.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, honestly, because he started to get really famous and really popular around when he was 18, senior in high school. So he started young, and it just shows
yeah,
the
that's-
industry will
yeah.
fuck you up.
Yeah,
Like,
this
there's a
industry,
dark
man,
part of
you've
the
got to
industry.
be strong.
Yeah.
You've got to have a strong will because it's out there.
It
And
is.
if you start to get popular, you start to hit,
Mhm.
it's going to be put to you. And
Exactly.
people are going to want you to do it. They're going to expect you to do it, and you're going to take some shit if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you still got to not do it.
Exactly.
And at that age, it's
Stick
hard
to
to,
your
be
guns.
strong. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard to be strong and walk away from it. And
Exactly.
and you gotta, I mean, it is this industry. There's so many things in this industry that will eat you alive
Yeah.
if you let it. That's, I mean, and unfortunately, he's just another tragic story in this industry that it happens. I
Yeah.
mean, so
It's crazy. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Mac Miller. Rest in peace, Burt Reynolds.
yes, indeed.
Some great people. Terry Crews settled the lawsuit and against that Hollywood agent that groped him, Adam Vinett.
Yep.
And after this came out, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna set up to retire now. I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm
yeah,
gonna
so-
step away."
Translation: while he still won't admit that he did it to Terry
Yeah,
Crews, he
yeah,
still
that
says
thing.
he's full of crap and it never
How do you
happened.
get the balls to grope
And yet-
Terry Crews?
Right.
And
I guess he
yet-
was on drugs.
right. And yet, though, he's walking away.
See, even more so, drugs in the industry.
Exactly, but he's walking away, which
Yeah.
says to me very quietly,
And
okay,
live to
I
talk
did
about
this.
it.
I did this, but I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah,
Jason,
Terry Crews is a big dude.
Well, yeah, he's a big dude,
dude.
but the thing is the being gay or having anybody touch you in that sort of way, especially being an NFL player,
Yeah.
that's a huge stereotype that
Yeah.
they get ostracized very quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it was like real easy for him to get groped on and him try shugging it off. And it's like, well, it's better if I don't say anything
Yeah.
because it comes out if I do say something, it will look worse on me
Mm-hmm.
and not on him.
Well, even
until
more
this
so,
time,
applaud the
so-
courage of Terry Crews for
Yes.
coming out and saying, "Hey, this
Yeah.
guy did
and
this." to me."
filing an actual
Yeah.
report with the LAPD.
Exactly.
Yeah, so hopefully all that is good now. Hopefully he can move past it or at least be comfortable within his own body because I know that can be very demasculating. So I mean,
Very
it's
much
just-
so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Some more crazy news.
Yeah, sticking with the whole
yeah.
Me Too thing.
Yeah, Les Moonves out. He's gone out of CBS.
At CBS.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This one, it changes the landscape,
It
man.
does.
Because Les Moonves is a power.
Yeah,
Power
brought
player.
CBS way back up. They were not doing too well.
No, I mean
before
they
him,
were
and now
flailing,
they're
and that's
like-
why Viacom got rid of him in the first place.
Yeah.
They spun CBS off because it was failing,
Mm-hmm.
and Moonves built it into the empire that it is,
Right.
and like now that's why Viacom wants it back so bad
Yeah.
now. But he's out. Apparently, 6 more women came forward with more allegations against him.
Damn.
Even Bloodstone Thomas, who created Designing Women back in the day,
Yeah.
Linda Bloodworth Thomas, I think is her name, came out and said he stalled her career for like 7 years
Oh, wow.
because he hated Designing Women.
Yeah.
He called them powerful, babbling women spewing shit, according to her.
Damn.
And he wanted no part of the show, and he basically, after that show had its run, killed her career,
Yeah.
according to her.
According to her.
Oh, he must have really shit the bed when they said they were going to renew it.
That's it never happened.
Yeah.
though.
Right.
So
Sticking with him, I mean, I watched a recent online kind of like interview news segment, and they were talking about how he's not really a good guy. I guess he doesn't really support Trump, but there was this interview that someone had recorded that you could hear Moonves saying, "Yeah, I don't really support him, but he's going to be good for our money. He's going to be great for that." And so, yeah. Not really.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's the,
Well,
that's
okay.
the big
I mean-
He is good
CEOs
for the
always
media.
thinking
Yeah,
Republicans always
of
do
course
better
they're
for
always
the
going to think about
businesses.
what's best.
right,
but
look,
to
Good for the
laugh it
media.
off
listen,
like that.
at least okay.
Plenty
So
of
he
money.
was caught on tape saying that, but let's be honest about it. We all know that Hollywood veers left. Okay, they're far left leaning, and they're all in opposition. But there's not a single CEO that's running any of those studios that is
Right.
not happy that the economy is booming.
Yeah.
Okay, so while they might not publicly say it, I think at least Moonves caught on tape is saying what all of them are thinking. Hey,
yeah.
we hate this orange motherfucker.
Yeah.
But we're all making money,
Yeah.
so we're gonna be okay. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
So that's
it just doesn't help the case
Well, it's-
of
it's
people trying
Christmas
to get
for-
on his side.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas for the media. I mean,
But-
there's
yeah,
guaranteed
exactly, that's
money
what it
there.
is.
Here's my
guaranteed
thing, though,
news.
and I'm just gonna put it out there because he is a power player, and what he did for CBS was like huge. And I'm just gonna say it: the timing seems suspect. I think that maybe some of
No.
these accusations are true. I do
No
because
way.
he seems to not be a nice guy. But I would not discount that maybe
A few.
Redstone
No, there's
had some
no
people
way there
come
was no
forward.
inside politics
No
that could have
shade.
Yeah,
created
we all
this
know.
going
Yeah,
on.
let's
No.
talk about it. We all know that the Redstone family, Sherry Redstone, and her amusement, holding company, owns 80% of Viacom. They own 80% of CBS.
Yeah.
She's been wanting to merge them back together forever. Moonves wanted no part of it. They've been in a heated broil for years.
Yeah.
They had lawsuits against each other. They were fighting, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, how can we get rid of Les?
Accusations.
Me Too movement,
Yeah.
accusations, Les is gone. They've appointed Viacom-friendly board members to CBS
Yeah.
now's board. In fact, Parsons, Time Warner's former CEO, is the leading candidate to become the new CEO of CBS.
Shit.
Is very Redstone-friendly. Redstone has said in the past she thinks he'd be the perfect guy to lead the transition
Yeah.
back to Viacom. I'm just saying, it would not shock me to think that maybe there's some look, because right after it all happened, all the lawsuits were dropped.
Yeah.
Redstone came out and said, "Hey, we're not gonna talk about this merger thing for at least 2 years." The delusion of the stock to make it so that her percentage was less than 80%
Yeah.
was dropped. It was all just kind of like tidily went away.
Yeah.
And it seems like,
That's a little.
that seems a
So
little
shady,
odd.
yeah.
But so, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we've seen it with Chris Hardwick,
Yeah.
where accusations weren't true,
Yeah.
and yet it almost brought him down. I'm saying it seems like it could be a way to take down a power guy that's standing in your way
It would make
of
sense.
doing what you're trying to do.
I mean, it would
So,
make
like-
sense. Freaking six board members stepped down after that.
Six board
That's
members. Yeah.
including Doug Morris, who is the Sony Music Entertainment chairman.
Exactly. And
So
then
it's
think
crazy.
about it. That was one of the leading contentions in the lawsuit.
Right.
Is that she wanted to put people on the board that he didn't want on the board.
Exactly.
And
Just furthers my is like it's a movement that actually has a real viable meaning. It's being used.
Exactly.
Right.
There's
For bad
different
things.
motives
Yeah.
behind different
right. But I
things
want to
for
clarify,
different
though.
people.
I am in no way saying that these 6 women are lying.
No,
I
no,
don't know.
No.
I don't know. I'm just saying that
Apparently, he's owned up
could
to
be.
some of them.
I
I mean, not
no,
any
he owned
ma-
up to 3.
Yeah.
But he said it was consensual, and it
Yeah.
was like way before he was with his current wife, and like I mean, I don't know.
Far be it from me to shit on some billionaires or something like that, but I mean, come on, if you have billions of dollars in the bank, you don't have you think you have no conscious of thinking that people are liking you because you're a billionaire.
Right.
So for
You don't even
anyone
have
to
to have
say
billions of
no,
dollars. It's just that having a huge target on your back
Right.
is pretty easy. Jared Fogle.
Right. Well, okay.
He wasn't. He was just a spokesman.
Right.
I mean, he might have had $1 million sitting on the side, but he thought he was rich enough to get away with child porn.
yeah, but
And then that was a no.
He was
not.
just popular enough to not really pay attention to that until
Yeah.
they started paying attention
Well,
to him.
the reason this is big news, though, is because we all know there's a power vacuum going on in Hollywood. They're all trying to consolidate down to, like, in my opinion, 4 major companies. Some people will say 5 or 6. I think 4. But the consolidation is going on. And Sherry Redstone desperately wants Viacom and CBS to merge back together because she thinks it will make her a power player in order to compete with Disney and AT&T. And
Possibly Netflix.
possibly Netflix. So my thing is, though, is that without Moonves leading it, and it just won't.
Yeah.
He's the visionary behind it. Look, whether he's a scumbag or not, I don't know. But he was good at what he does.
He was.
And
Well, I've heard
CBS's success
many
over the
accounts of him
last
being a scumbag.
yeah, but CBS's success over the last 20-something
Yeah,
years,
the
2
stats
decades,
the stats don't lie.
is him. And whether he was, a scumbag or not, he was successful at running CBS. I don't think she thinks that pulling CBS back in is going to do what she thinks it's going to do.
Yeah.
And by the way, I saw a report today that even if they do merge back together, the combined Viacom-CBS market cap value is only $33 billion.
Yeah.
It's not even close to being able to compete with Disney or Time Warner. I mean, Disney or AT&T. So
I think it takes a really special type of individual to have all that power and money and not be a scumbag.
well, it's true.
Honestly.
But my point is, though, is that
He was going with the power corrupt.
the whole thing is
Yeah.
it's the landscape that they're all trying to
I
compete
mean, there are
with.
there are some out there, but you're going to hear more about the ones that aren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my thing is, what is going to happen with CBS, and what's going to happen with Les? He's
Yeah.
going to end up somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, so
And what do you think that what that time range is though? Do you give it like 6 months, a year, or
I don't
2
know because
years?
apparently we're not going to find out what his exit thing
Yeah.
is. We're not going to
They're
know
not
what the
gonna-
results of
the
the
results of
investigation
the-
are, whether or not he did or didn't
He's
do
gonna,
anything.
He's going to go to the Mediterranean
We're not,
for a while.
and
Yeah,
we don't know if
relax.
his exit plan will involve a non-compete.
Yeah.
You would think,
Yeah.
based on his massive success, that if he's going to leave, there would be a non-compete for
Right.
at least a couple of years
Yeah.
because Sherry don't want him going over to whatever conglomerate and
Right.
being able to do what he does,
Yeah, he's
against her.
He's going
so-
to go out to
Yeah, but
some
who's going
island
to
he
pick him
bought
up?
and
Like,
just
who's
chill
really
out
going to
for a
pick up a
while
bunch
and-
of poison? Like,
Well, that's just it, though.
That's the
What if
thing,
what
yeah.
if the investigation
You got 3
comes
minutes,
back
what else
and
do you
it
have?
wasn't true, and he's out? Somebody's going to pick him up. I mean, and if it is true, I agree with you. Nobody's going to
Yeah.
touch him. But if it's not true,
Yeah.
somebody's going to pick him up.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there's so many stories of him being a scumbag.
Oh,
yeah.
so-
That's
They
the
don't
thing.
care about him being a scumbag as long as it wasn't a Me Too thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, nobody cares if he's an asshole.
Yeah.
If he's an asshole,
Exactly.
they're going to take him because
They're
he's
like,
going to
"Oh,
get
well."
shit done.
Exactly.
There's
Yeah.
not a successful CEO or businessman that's not an asshole.
Exactly.
But now it's different if he's like really was doing the shit with all the women and stuff.
Yeah.
That's different. But if that's not the case and he's just a dick,
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to pick him up.
Exactly.
I mean,
Michael
so-
Jordan was a dick, and fucking
Exactly.
anybody would pick him up. so.
Exactly. So that's
Yeah,
my
but
thing.
Michael
where it's gonna
Jordan's
happen.
image.
By the way, did you see?
His image is glorious
Yeah.
compared to how he was.
By the
Yeah.
way, did you
Moonfish's
see-
image is horrible compared
Yeah.
to he might not be horrible.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap up though. Kind of business news though. Did you see where AT&T CEO like took a shot at everybody's at? I don't care what anybody says. Netflix is the one they're all gunning
Yeah.
for, and he made some bold words today, which is crazy because the DOJ is still appealing that. They might not even really be merged yet.
What the hell?
So with Time Warner, okay, that could still fall apart. But he's talking, and he came out today and said that Netflix is the Walmart of on-demand streaming, and that
What's that say about Walmart?
And that HBO is Tiffany's.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, Netflix basically invented on-demand streaming.
Yeah.
So if Netflix is the Walmart of streaming
What is
service,
Walmart?
What is Walmart?
Yeah, it's like
Walmart.
Dollar General. Walmart's
No,
the Dollar
but
General.
just
of
hold on.
streaming.
It's like outside of Amazon, what's the next biggest company?
Apple.
No, Apple's above Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Okay, well, I mean, okay, remove Apple, remove Amazon. What's
Yeah.
the next biggest company?
oh.
Disney.
I mean, as far as
Walmart.
entertainment conglomerates.
Well, no, I'm saying Walmart overall is
yeah,
a
but
large
Walmart
company.
they're never going to compete. Look, they failed at the music thing. They failed at the online thing. They're not going to compete with streaming against Netflix and Disney. That's not going to happen.
But no, what I'm saying is, if you're going to compare Walmart, a highly successful in every market, can appeal to a large demographic of people,
I
and
think
then there's Tiffany's. Who's Tiffany's demographic? A very small margin, and they only hold a small margin of the market. Yes, they have some really rich stuff. That's very nice.
so. You're
But who
saying
can
that
afford it?
calling them Walmart's a compliment?
Yeah, I think it would be more.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh goodness.
All right, but let's keep an eye on it because we've been right so far about
So
everything
far.
we've predicted with the acquisitions, the mergers, the consolidations.
Yeah.
We've been right. So
What if Walmart becomes the most amazing streaming
my
service?
I don't know.
And we
That's
never
good.
saw it coming.
But look, though, okay, that's a good place to stop with the industry news because God knows something big's going to hit tomorrow, I'm
Exactly.
sure. And we'll be on top of it.
Probably happening
Follow
right
us on
now.
Twitter.
Of course.
You know what? Let's have a little fun now, though.
Yes.
Sam Medina.
Sam Medina.
Sam Medina.
Special guest this week.
Special guest. If you know who he is, okay? You guys have seen him, no doubt. If you saw Mile 22, you know who he is. He's getting ready to be in Venom. He's just a ton of stuff. And this guy's story about how he got into acting and how he grew up and just his whole thing is just, I can't wait to talk to him. He's
Yeah.
going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly. Pretty excited about this one. So
Hell
let's
yeah.
give him a call.
A ring-a-ding-ding.
A ring-a-ding-ding.
ringy ding.
Let's see. See if we can get Sam on the phone here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
whoa!
There he is.
There we go.
Here's our special guest, Mr. Sam Medina.
Sounds like we have a guest.
Hello. How are you?
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to make it do what it do, man.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Well,
You know?
listen. Yeah, so yeah, we're really excited because I mean, when I was doing some research on you and everything, your story is incredible,
It
man.
really is.
About how you got your start, how you came over and everything. First of all, we should let all of our listeners know. You kind of grew up from an early age in New Orleans, which was really cool to find out.
We went to college.
Because we're kind of based in that region, in the New Orleans region. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, you come out of Mississippi, right?
Yeah, yep, Biloxi. So yeah, just about an hour away from New Orleans. So
I'm
I'm
also
always in Biloxi, dude. I used to be in Biloxi all the time. It's like you don't want to go. You don't want to drive to Pensacola, so you go to Mississippi.
exactly, exactly,
I feel
man.
you.
That's awesome. So yeah, listen, dude. So you come over here from Vietnam, right? And
Yeah.
you can't speak any English, and all of a sudden you're like in New Orleans, and you're 12.
Yeah.
Like, I can only imagine that must have been pretty interesting.
Well, dude, it was, man. And my parents, they love people, so they didn't know, but they put me in all-black school.
Oh,
so that's
man.
how I learned English really fast.
I
I
bet.
was like the Jackie Chan, and everybody else in school was Chris Tucker on me, bro. That's what it was.
That's a great analogy, man. That is hilarious.
Dude, it was experience of my life, but it taught me a lot. It taught me how to survive.
Yeah.
It taught me how to hustle, to look at life, and how to build a foundation on what you have to do with your life, and that it's not what life deals to you, but it's how you react and what you do with it.
That's right.
So
Yes.
it taught me a lot. Yeah. The street, taught me a lot.
Absolutely,
That's
man,
epic.
and I love that you said that because we talk about that a lot on the show, especially with people trying to break into the industry and do things. It's life is gonna hand you stuff, and whether you succeed or fail is based on what you do with it.
Exactly.
And
Of course, brother. Of course.
and I love that you said that. And so let's talk about that a little bit because, like you said, you kind of get there and you got this situation and it's not easy, but you learn to deal with it and you overcome it and you kind of handle yourself. And then Katrina happens.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude, dude, that's on a whole different level, man. Like, I was there, and it's funny because I tell people, if after Katrina, if you would turn on your TV and you watch the news, and you probably saw me because I was with other Hispanic guys in the Metairie area and New Orleans. I was at Home Depots and Lowe's trying to get construction jobs.
Yeah.
So it was a hell of a time. But once again, it teaches you about life.
Exactly.
That okay, this is the worst. I mean,
This is the new
non-man-made
reality.
thing that happened to us. Okay, we get it. So now, what do you do about it?
Right.
You strap up your boots. You go to work. You can make money. You work 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and you fix your house and you move forward.
Right.
And that's what we did, man. You know, it's just
That's right.
it's just, you know, you had to do it. You had no choice. That's all you had to do. So you have to kind of like have that strong mentality of survival skill set to be, okay, I see the problem. It's the worst thing ever. We can sit here with our hands, you know, underneath our butt, or we can get up and we just,
And do
one day at a
something
time, we just move on and continue. And that's what we did.
Absolutely.
Life gives you
Yeah.
lemons.
Yeah, and contributed. I mean, because you were actually involved with, like you said, you were looking for construction jobs and actually contributed to helping start the rebuilding of the city. And I mean, so that's not only did you make a decision that this is what you got to do and you got to lift yourself up, but then contributed to actually helping lift other people up, which is, I mean, an amazing thing because a lot of people fled that city as fast as they could and didn't look back. And the fact that you were able to stay.
They kind of left. You know, I get it. You know, it worked out for some people, but you know, my mom and my dad, man, I owed them everything, man.
Right.
So I gave up 2 years of my life to give back to them, to help them rebuild by learning a trade of construction that I will always keep with me for the rest of my life.
Awesome.
So you know, it worked out for other people to leave. It worked out for a lot of people who stay. So it's just you make it do what it do, brother. You know what I mean? Like, that's just life. I think that from that, it helped me a lot with the journey of being an actor, because 9.99999 times out of 10, they tell us no. So when you see one booking of a movie or TV show, you probably seen 300 no's.
Yes.
Minimum.
Yeah.
You know. So, but it built you. It built your character, man.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
It's just like it gives me that old cliche. Well, if you don't want to open the door for me, I'm gonna kick the back door down. I'm gonna kick the window in. I'm gonna kick something so I can be on the other side.
Talk about getting shit done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, okay, so let's talk about that then. The transition. Did you always know you kind of wanted to be in the acting business, or is it something that just kind of came to you, or was it? I mean, how did that all begin?
I do, coming from Vietnam, being Asian, mixed Polynesian, Spanish kid. Your parents don't tell you you can be an actor.
Right.
You go to school, you get a college degree, and you get a job. You get married, life is over. That's it. But after Katrina, there was nothing. There was construction, and that's it. And the only other thing they had was the movie and TV show.
Right.
And so
Jermaine.
I'm like, okay, if I keep doing construction, I'm going to probably die because of all the mold we were breathing in.
Right.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, let me start out like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
That's right.
I went to work as an extra for $50 a day. Sometimes no food. Sometimes no snack. No nothing. I worked for free. I started out at the bottom like everybody else.
Exactly.
From nothing, you know. And you have to start from the bottom to appreciate when you make leeway somewhere, you know.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand, that you just have to get on a set. You don't have to get a speaking role. You just have to actually
Well, you got to know how it works.
Get started.
Right. And now the thing is, what I started like everybody else, but I didn't like my situation. I didn't like not getting paid because I couldn't pay my bills.
Right.
I did not like because I didn't really feel like I was relevant to the process. But I didn't blame them. I didn't blame the system. I didn't blame the institution. I didn't blame them by saying, well, why don't they keep me apart? I took it upon myself and I say, okay, Sam, you need to better yourself. You need to go train. You need to learn the craft of acting.
Yeah.
You need to improve yourself, make your portfolio better. So I went out and I trained with the best teachers in the world, and I kept up my physiques. I kept up my martial arts, my stunts. I did everything I could to improve me in my situation. That way I could get, an interview with an agent, with manager, so I can audition for bigger and better roles. So I think that it's great to start where you start, doing background. But the thing is, most people, they don't want to train to be better.
Yeah.
And so you have to, like right now, you wouldn't trust me to open up your heart with a scalpel.
Right.
It's true. This is true.
If you know I didn't go to school as a heart surgeon, you would never let me open up your heart.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then why would a director and producer trust you when it's $200,000 to $500,000 a day on the line for an actor to speak if you have not been trained?
Yeah.
It's the same analogy, brother. And I try to help people and inspire people, but not all get it, And I understand it's hard. It's not easy, I've been homeless. Mm-hmm. I've been homeless in LA. I stuck in my car for 3 months. Yeah. I didn't care. But that's part of the deal. Let's see, Halle Berry, Jim Carrey, all these people were homeless.
Exactly.
I'm not better than them.
Exactly.
I need to earn my way. I need to pay my dues just like they did.
Exactly.
And that's how I approach it, And I think that because of that, I was willing to live on the street in Los Angeles and anywhere. So then nothing else really could be worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly.
I knew that. So what I did was I paid $500 for 3 years for Gold's Gym. So at 6 a.m., I can train, I can sit, shower, and shave, and I'm clean for the rest of the day.
There you go.
3 main hours of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
My internet was La Brea and Sunset Starbucks.
Yes.
For free.
Yes. There you go.
Wow.
Oh, man. Courthouse McDonald's.
I had a plan and the execution of the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, man. That is brilliant. You're like, what can I do to get shit done and make this happen? And you do it. That's, talk about passion, man. I love that. I love the determination. I love the fact that you took all the setbacks and looked at them as just something you need to get past, and that you didn't let it stop you from doing what you were trying to do. I think that's the best advice anybody could possibly hear is don't let things stop you. You just have to react to them and look at it as an obstacle, not as something that can keep you from getting there, and you just do it. You just do it.
Yeah, brother. You absolutely correct. You couldn't have said it in a better way, better phrase, because it's like, I get it. It's tough. It isn't easy. But if you train long enough, you work hard enough, you're going to make it. I'm not the most handsome guy. I'm not the most biggest guy. I'm not the most tattooed guys. But I've made it this far pure on hard work, man. Like, I look at like Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Right.
Dude, he's up at 2 a.m. doing cardio.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, the guy's worth hundreds of millions, and he's waking up at 2 a.m. to do cardio and train. Who the hell am I? He's a superstar, and he's training. So I need to do the same way. You have to pick your heroes who motivate you every day. You know what I mean? Like, I was working on Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg for 4 months. Dude, at 4 a.m., he finished the gym already.
I bet.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, I'm late. I don't look at it like most people are like, well, he's Mark Wahlberg, so, he can do what he wants, No, use that as motivation.
Exactly.
Oh shit, I'm 2 hours behind. I'm going to train from 4 to 6. He's already finished training at 4. I need to get mine in. So it's how you look at things and use things in life to help motivate you to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
exactly. And not look at that as, as an excuse. Well, he's Mark Wahlberg. Well, he's the Rock Johnson, No, look at that. He's still a man.
Absolutely.
Dwayne Johnson's a man. Mark Wahlberg's a man. It's their decision to make to better themselves. Exactly. That's how they became a superstar.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's how they stay a superstar.
That's right.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah, that's why I got like 4 teeth loose right now because I was training.
that's right. Well, listen though. Look, I will say this: you're well on your way. Clearly, I think as you've seen your career progress and the roles keep getting bigger and bigger, and I mean, shoot, in Mile 22, man, you're like one of the main antagonists, man. You're like the guy, you know. So
Yep, I am that guy that you hate.
yeah, exactly. But you're so good at it though. Like,
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm like Sean Bean, you know, the Ned Stark from Game of Thrones.
yes, yeah.
I'm like Sean Bean. I always die, bro.
I always die, bro.
Yeah. So it's funny because I worked with Sean Bean once, and he killed me. So I'm one up on Sean Bean because he killed me.
Yeah, there you go.
That's so
And,
funny.
you know, that's hilarious because, you know, the upcoming film, you know, talk about it for a little bit, Venom, you like die in the trailer, bro, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yes.
Yeah.
But, dude, I had the Mile 22, I played the lead antagonist. It's a bigger film.
right.
But Venom, because of my face getting eaten on the trailer, that is the thing that got my face viral all over social media.
Yeah.
From that scene. Dude, they made memes of me. My scene became SpongeBob.
That's how you know
my
you've
scene-
made it,
My
once they
scene
made
became
memes.
Family Guy. My scene became Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
My scene became Batman. My scene became with Chris Tucker. And now Heeshay Company just made a cartoon on how the Venom trailer should have ended. So it just took a life on its own, brother.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's, you know, all I do is put my hands forward, put my shoulders down, and I keep hitting the target. And then
Exactly.
whatever else happened, it happened. Like Venom, I woke up one day and everything changed, bro. You know?
I bet. And look, man, that one scene, you know, all kidding aside with the memes and everything, every time we're in the theater and we're seeing something, the reaction that scene gets when the trailer plays is huge, man. Like, it's just, yeah.
I did not expect that. I did some
yeah.
ADR last week for Venom, and then I go in Sunday to do some more ADR for the studio, and it's just like, man, it's a whole different life on its own. And believe me, bro, working with Tom Hardy, my hero, one of the actors that I respect the most, it was such a surreal moment. Experience. He couldn't have been a better superstar, A-lister, and a human being, bro. He was
that's
great,
awesome.
man. Yeah, bro. He was, dude. The scene, I'm talking to him, but he's not there. It's a friend of mine. He's 7 foot plus.
Oh, wow.
And then they put a stick on his head with a ball. So I'm talking to a
ball.
silver ball.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
yeah.
talking to. But what Tom Hardy did was, he didn't have to. He didn't have to be on set. He went and he recorded all his monologues that I could listen to on a loud PA, so I can react, so I can act.
Oh, that's awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
That's the kind of A-lister actor so given from Tom Hardy, bro.
Hell yeah.
I was in tears, man. I was just, in awe that this guy is just that genuine of a guy. He see you catch his eye. He say, good morning, good afternoon, what's up, how you doing? He tap his heart. Very much loving and respect, bro.
Oh, that's good to hear, man. Because sometimes you hear these stories where somebody meets somebody that they idolize or somebody that they look up to, and then it turns out to be awful. So it's great when you hear it the other way around, and that they're as good as you think that they are. And so that's awesome, man. That's fantastic.
No. He's awesome, man. And Mark Wahlberg was great, man. Mark, Lauren Cohen, Iko Uwais.
Dude, that's awesome to hear.
Ronda Rousey, the whole cast of Mile 22, they were amazing as well, man. I spent a lot of time with them, 4.5 months. So it was great, man. We all had a job to do. It's very stressful, 12, 14, 16 hours on set, but everybody just kind of put their head down and, just give it their best, man.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I bet our listeners are jealous because we have a lot of Walking Dead fans
Yes,
who
we
listen
do.
to our show, and Lauren Cohen was it. Maggie was in there, so I bet they're really jealous.
Hey man, I was trying to get to Maggie. I wanted to kill
I
Maggie.
was fine.
So your fans gonna love me, but they're gonna hate me because I was trying my best.
That's hilarious, man. That is hilarious.
That's so great.
So-
Hey, they pay me well to do that, bro.
I bet
That's
they
great.
do.
Yeah, I bet.
that
is
was
so
my
funny.
task.
Oh man, that is great. And you got another big one coming up, right? With Steven Spielberg, Alita, the Battle Angel, right?
It's
Yeah,
James Cameron,
James Cameron, Robert Rodriguez,
Yes.
Alita, Battle Angel with Christopher Waltz, Mahershala Ali. I mean, it was
Wow.
big too. It was a big working year in 2017 to have these 3 big movies come out back to back.
Yeah, that's
August,
epic.
October, December. So it's been a hell of a ride. I'm still working. I'm still promoting, traveling, training, doing everything like I normally do. I'm still doing things like if I didn't have this movie coming out.
Right.
You know,
Right.
still auditioning, still going in meetings, and just one step at a time. You know, that's what you got to do. You know.
Got to stay on the grind.
Absolutely, man. And you're kind of making a little shift behind the camera too, right? Aren't you getting set to direct?
Yes, it's gonna be my first feature. I've done 5 short films, music videos, and so now, with all the legendary directors that I've been able to work under, it's time for me to tell the story from my point of view.
Yeah.
So at the end of this year, it'll be my first feature, brother.
That's
oh man,
awesome.
congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
yeah, I love that because you're such a student of the game. Like you take every opportunity and you learn and you soak in all that knowledge and now you're going to use it. And I love that. You don't just go in, do your job, and leave. I mean,
No, brother. I think in life you can't stop learning. You know, it's even if you make the wrong move, okay. Why did I do that? Okay, how
Right.
can I do it better next time?
Exactly.
So in everything in life, not just in acting, but any business transactions, anything in life, you can learn from it. And then, okay, if you keep learning, you're going to be better, no matter what. You're going to get better and get better and get better. And then, but you're still going to make more mistakes. You're just going to learn from the other mistake, and you're just going to get better if you continue to learn. I don't let them make me sit. I don't sit in my trailer. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, listen, you want me to be a killer? You want me to, to play this such a badass guy? I've done a lot of crazy stuff for my career. I'm a rapist. I'm a killer. I'm a murderer. So don't sit me in this little 4-wall room. I like to be on set. I like to smell my set.
Right.
This
Yes.
is my place. This is my home. I'm a method actor. I'm like Christopher Walken. He goes on set. He touches everything so he can familiar himself with that place because that's
Yeah.
supposed to be his place.
Right.
So I watch the director. It's my excuse not to be in the room, but then while I'm on set, getting familiar with my set that I'm going to work on, I watch how these legendary directors work with actors, set up the scene, blocking the scene. How do they get the A-listers to work with each other?
Right.
So I'm always watching them like a hawk.
like a sponge.
You know?
Just
Absolutely.
everything.
Yeah, so that's how I decided to transition over to director as well. Yeah.
well, good. I tell you what, man. I think we're definitely looking forward to that. I
Hell
think
yeah.
it's going to be great, and I no doubt you're going to do fantastic
Yeah.
as a director.
Hell yeah.
And I'm betting the actors are going to love you because you seem to be a really astute guy that's going to respect them, and they're going to respect you back.
Yeah.
And
An
I
actor's
have no doubt
director.
it's going to be a great job.
An actor's
Thank you,
director.
man. I know that Ben Affleck is going through his personal ordeal right now,
Right.
but for him and for Peter Berg, they came from the acting background,
Right.
So they are considered the actor's director, so they understand the directors more. And for me, I'm the same way. I understand what it takes to be an actor, so
Exactly.
I cherish their instrument more because I understand that side because I came from that side. So,
Right.
so I'm more, so yes, I'm going to transition into that very well. I'm not saying that I won't make mistakes, but I made a lot of mistakes on my short films, just like Robert Rodriguez did before he made his feature film.
Exactly.
I follow his footsteps a lot, so that's one of my mentors is Rodriguez,
Right.
So
It's a good one to have.
Oh yeah.
No,
Definitely
it's
a good one
great,
to
bro.
have.
Like, I'm always working with him, so I learn a lot, man. I just sit there right next to him, just soak everything in, man.
Right,
Like a
and I
sponge.
mean, and like the great story, right, is that you reminded him of Danny Trejo, right, and so he cast you as a young Danny Trejo, right?
Yes. So it took me 6 years. I knew it takes a Robert Rodriguez to work with me because I'm not your Asian, typical Asian, typical Hispanic. I'm kind of an oddball.
Yeah.
Right.
And Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, they like working with oddballs. So I knew those are the two guys. I haven't worked with Quentin, but those are the two guys I need to target.
Right.
And so it took me 6 years, and they needed somebody who could intimidate Danny Trejo. They looked all over the country. They're like, well, we found Sam Medina. He's a younger Danny Trejo. And so that's my first meeting with Robert. And I get to set, and he's like, hey, guys, Sam looked too much like Danny. You need to put his hair up in the ponytail because it looked like we have two Danny Trejo in the
Sorry.
from Matete Kills. And so that's why my hair was in the ponytail. I walked out, Mexican cartel numbers,
Right.
If you want to, you got to kill a legend if you want to be a legend. Though, this is amazing, bro. And then From Dusk to Dawn came, and I auditioned for a lot of roles, but by default, I had to play John Dan Trejo because who else you going to get to play John Dan Trejo?
exactly. So it worked out pretty well, right?
Hell yeah.
Hey, you know what, man? Life, sometimes you work the best that you can. You put your best foot forward, and things just kind of happen. And that's what happened, brother. It worked out for the best.
Absolutely.
No doubt, brother.
Absolutely. Well, listen, man, we're going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. We appreciate you taking the time to step
Yeah, for
outside
real.
and do this interview with us.
Dude, no problem, bro. Look, call me anytime. I love talking with you. Thank you to your fans who's listening. I appreciate your time. I respect your time, so thank you for tuning in.
Wow.
I respect you guys' time for wanting to interview me. I value your time as well, so thank you very much for you as well, too. It's a team process, bro. And
Absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And open invite, man. Anytime you want to come back on the show and promote anything you're working on, or if you just want to come on and talk, man, you've been a great interview.
Yeah,
We'd love to have you just back on to talk about whatever you want, man.
Thank you, man. Listen, one day when I get back to New Orleans, and if I drive to Biloxi, I'm gonna
Hell
call
yeah.
you guys.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome,
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a podcast interview at a little small cafe or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
man.
Right.
We'd love
Well,
to
that's
do
the
it
dream
live with
right
you,
there.
man.
Yeah, sure, no doubt, man. Keep my number, bro, and let's
Oh,
stay in touch.
All right,
All right.
man. You take care now.
There
All
you
right, thank you, guys.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Stay crazy, brother.
Bye.
That dude was so real. Oh my
Wow.
god.
That was awesome.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
Like shot out of a cannon. That was
Yeah,
great.
Like, what?
Dude,
I love one of his
freaking-
first phrases is, I was just going down the Gold's Gym. It's the place where I would work out, and then I go shit, shower, and shave.
Yeah.
Like, yes, those are
exactly.
three
Like,
essentials
this guy
of the morning.
knows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. That was like...
Mark Wahlberg was finished working out at 4. It's like,
Oh.
who the hell am I?
Dude, what
Yeah.
am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
barely.
my
I'm rolling out of
Yeah.
bed at 11, just going,
Oh man, talk
Man.
about some great backstories. Last
Oh,
week
yeah.
we had Randy Gonzalez, the musician. Now we have him coming to America, starting off in the South in New Orleans, and then being homeless in Los Angeles. That's crazy.
Oh my God! Listen, dude. I like how he called out other people, Halle
the
Berry,
glasses
and
come
all
off.
that,
Yeah.
because that's what it takes.
Exactly.
It's like, and you know what I really liked about him is there was no shame in it. It's like, hey man, I'm living in my car,
He's
I'm
proud of that
showering
shit.
in the gym,
Mhm.
but I did whatever it took, and now look
Exactly.
at him.
Exactly.
This man has gone from rebuilding the city and going through the tragedy of
Yeah.
Katrina to being homeless in LA
Yeah.
to about to be starring in one of the biggest movies of the summer,
Yeah.
no doubt, and then or fall, and then his directorial debut.
At
Getting
the end
ready
of
to
the
direct
year.
his own first
That's
feature
so
film.
crazy.
That is like because he was willing to sacrifice and do whatever
Exactly.
it took, and he learns from every experience. man.
Exactly.
That is awesome.
It was such
Yeah.
a good freaking
and
conversation.
inspiring.
It
that
was.
interview was inspiring as
It
hell.
was.
It's like that man knows how to get it done.
Yeah.
Sam
I'm ready to
Medina.
get back in the car and go back to Los Angeles.
Seriously,
Right now.
So right now, and like
Like-
if we have to shower at Gold's
Yeah,
Gym,
fuck it.
we'll be like, call up Sam and say, which one was it, buddy?
Exactly.
Tell me that at Starbucks again? I need the internet.
Exactly.
Like, that was awesome,
Talk
man.
about-
And
like-
I've heard that exact thing. It wasn't Gold's Gym. I heard it from using the Y.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a Y membership, because that just like was it not Plant Beach? What's the other one? That's $10.
Plant Fitness.
Planet
Planet
Fitness.
Plant Fitness. They all have showers.
Yeah.
Right.
Bands, I always ask fans, I was like, how do you freshen up on the show?
Right,
On the
exactly.
tours. Oh, well, we have a Y membership. We go down there and we shower.
Right.
Sometimes we work out a little bit, but usually, just use and have a Y membership. I was
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
oh.
Whatever it
Shit
takes.
comes
Yeah.
in handy. You do what you got to do,
Yeah,
especially if you just are so committed like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm either gonna do construction and like die,
Or I'm gonna do
this
this.
acting
Exactly.
thing. That's so epic.
Just
man.
remember, as you could do a lot with ramen, potatoes,
It's
and peanut
true.
butter.
Exactly.
Oh, we know, man.
Oh, we know.
right
Trust us,
now. We know.
But yeah, it does. I'm so glad you said that because it's the same thing. I just felt like, you know what? Let's end the podcast, get in the car, and just go.
Like,
Boom.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, because
26 hours later.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I mean, all kidding aside, though, it's kind of where we're at right now.
Honestly.
kind of like where we're at the point where we can do this podcast
Yeah.
and talk to awesome people like Sam Medina.
Yeah.
because we got in the car.
We
and
got in the car and fucking went.
Like seriously.
Yeah.
Like and we're gonna keep doing it. Getting
Mhm.
ready to take a little trip up to New York.
Exactly. That's
'cause
gonna be epic.
Like Sam, we got a mission.
Yes.
And we're not gonna stop until we get that
Exactly.
mission finished. So
Got to make your dreams
gotta
come
make
true.
yeah, that's right.
And you have to do a little thing every day to make your big dream come true.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And overcome anything that they throw at you.
Man, I'm just motivated
Me
right
too,
now.
man.
Like,
Yeah.
shit.
He was fucking
I know.
awesome, bro.
He really
Sam
was.
I gotta wake up tomorrow
Can't wait for
morning
him
and
to
go
get
get
back to New Orleans.
Planet,
Honestly,
Planet
dude.
Fitness
He's like,
at
bro,
Baker
let's go
Tilly.
hang out, man.
Exactly. He could be a guest on our live show.
Oh my god. Yeah, he could just
Him and Dumont.
Shit,
oh, bro.
he threw it out. He threw it out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That would be epic. Oh my
Is
goodness.
it time for word of the day?
It's time
I
for the
think
top
it is.
actors. Top actors. Let's do that
Top
one first.
actors.
Top actor.
Our top, what are we doing? Top
90
90
sitcoms.
sitcoms. Yeah, that's where we're going with that.
Oh.
We already did actors, Logan.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so like thrown off and just ready to go back to LA.
No, it's true.
Yeah. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. me
But
too.
yes, top 90s sitcoms.
Top 90 sitcoms. Shit, I didn't write them down.
Damn.
Yeah,
bro.
neither did I. I
That's
just
right.
like, uh-oh.
It's hard. It's hard. Well, since there's only one lady here, you're gonna have
Well,
to
there's
start
two
it.
ladies.
Oh
here.
yeah.
Two
yeah.
ladies.
Oh
There's
yeah.
Suzanne.
Here. You know what, Lil Cam? I'm gonna give you like a half a second break.
But I know mine.
I know, but I'm gonna give you just a half a second break anyway.
You gotta read
And I'm gonna
Tavia's.
read Tavia's because Tavia wasn't
Oh,
here,
Tavia
but
sent
she
hers?
did
Her
let
directors?
us know.
No, she
for
did not
90
do directors.
sitcoms.
Oh, she didn't do her director's.
No, she
All right, so
right.
Tavia's top 5 all-time favorite 90s sitcoms, and I don't think these were in any particular order.
Yeah, I
so I'm
don't-
just
she
gonna
never
read
did.
them.
I
Those
think
in
I'm the
order.
only one that
Yeah.
puts them in order.
I've tried, bro. It's
Sabrina the
hard.
Teenage Witch.
I
I wonder.
Yeah, you wanted the
we'll
challenge.
Have to ask her. We'll have to ask her next week when she's back. Is she excited about the new Sabrina the
reboot,
Teenage
yeah.
Witch? That's going to be all like dark and crazy
Yeah.
because that looks like it's going to be amazing. Of which, by the way, takes place in the same universe as Riverdale and could potentially cross over.
Well,
so that'll be
it's an Archie comic.
yeah. Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World. That's a good one.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yep.
Oh,
Friends
Friends.
and Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
I mean, Tavia.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah.
Good list,
She's-
Tavia.
yeah.
Good
damn it.
list.
Really
Taking
good.
my list away.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
Damn it.
like I think there's going to be a lot of duplicates
There
this time
is.
around, but
There
that's
is.
okay.
Other lady.
Other lady.
Other lady.
And now we'll hear from the other lady.
All right, so I just came up with my 5th one, like at the beginning of the show. So for those of you that watched the video that saw me buried in my phone, that's what that was. Family Matters,
Family Matters.
I was gonna say that one, but
Full House,
Full House.
That 70s Show,
Yes.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Yes.
and Friends.
And Friends.
Friends.
Of course.
Love
Yep.
Friends.
Of course.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
All right. Who's going next?
I'll go. I got Saved by the Bell / Family Matters.
Yes.
Frasier. Home Improvement. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and tied for number 1, which it's hard to even tie it because one's kind of like 2 steps ahead of the other one. But number 1's Friends, and the / is Seinfeld.
Don't lie, bro. There's no slash.
There is no
It's
/
just
Friends is
Friends
like
is
all the
your
way up.
ultimate number
Yeah.
one. Somehow you have worked in something to do with Friends on every list we put. Favorite
true.
top 10 Marvel movies. Yeah,
Friends.
let's see which one I can add. Friends, you know, like.
and episodes 17 of season 3, Joey says the Hulk. Like,
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Okay. We knew Friends was gonna
Quit
be.
being a hater, bro. Friends is great.
No hater. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. There's no doubt his number one was Friends.
yeah.
Well,
It's my number one too.
the toughest thing about me for me was trying to figure out whether or not these would be considered '90s sitcoms.
Yeah.
Because some of them, well,
I'm gonna have that issue too. There's gonna be like these.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
because okay, 5 would be Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, we were talking about that one.
Yeah, that one's
We
sensitive.
should have
But
generalized.
no,
We had
it
this-
clears. It started in the 90s, so it clears.
Yeah,
It
no,
ran
yeah,
on.
and we
No,
had
no,
this.
it was mostly in the '90s.
Yeah.
Right,
It
we had
finished.
this general conversation, J-Lo and I, and we kind of determined the rules and then didn't send them to you.
Yeah.
It had
That
to-
stinks.
If it started in the 80s and ended in the 90s, like if it only got into 90 or 91,
Yeah.
doesn't count.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
if
thing.
it started in 99 and then ran into the 2000s,
Doesn't count.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
man, that
gotta
takes
have
off
a
that
good
series.
3 years in the 90s to
That's
count.
why my number 4 I don't
Okay.
think qualifies.
Okay.
And my number 4 is That '70s Show, which only started in '98.
Oh, I
But
didn't
it's
know.
2 years.
Man.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
It counts.
And someone
I
else
mean-
already, and Tavia had already used it too.
Or was it Emily?
She-
it was
No,
one of the
Emily.
girls.
Emily, I'm sorry.
One of the
Yeah.
girls.
No, I mean, it's like when I heard her read it, I was like, but does that categorize
like-
as
It
a
does.
'90s,
See,
It
the,
does.
one,
sitcom?
the one I was having trouble with was Golden Girls because it ended in '93, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
But it
'cause
was mostly
I
an
try to
80s
stay away
show.
from the '80s ones, the ones that were more
Right.
pop, like Cheers ended in the
Yeah,
'90s,
yeah.
but I didn't want to count that
yeah,
as a
because
'90s
it was
sitcom.
like almost entire run in the
it was
80s.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
like it basically just it was reminiscent of the '80s anyway.
Yeah.
3 is Friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 is Roseanne.
Roseanne. It was
Oh.
good. The original
Oh.
was so good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with that completely.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Rest in peace.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace. I actually just saw a screenshot of
The Connors.
Yeah.
With the washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they released a promo or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and 1. I'm sorry. It speaks about the '90s. It represents the '90s as Seinfeld.
It is
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are right.
All right. Soundman?
All right. How about Simpsons and King of the Hill?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about.
Well, I mean, The
Simpsons.
Simpsons could be your favorite '80s, '90s,
And
now.
yeah, keep going.
Honestly,
it's
yeah,
every.
just best.
It's never
Your favorite
ending.
next week's will be favorite multi.
That's why. That's why it also then added King of the Hill.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
that did start in the started in the 90s and then did end in the 2000s
Yeah.
pretty abruptly
No, you
because
good,
of.
you good.
Yeah.
I'll try to do some different ones because y'all kept taking them. So
I
was
know,
doing
right?
that. Did y'all do Frasier?
Yeah.
I did Frasier.
Okay, did Frasier.
It's okay,
I'll take
there's
it
no-
away.
there's no shame.
Frasier's definitely on the list.
It's so good.
All right.
There's no shame in that.
Drew Carey show.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot about
I forgot
that.
about
Carey
it, but I never
show,
really
yeah.
watched it very much.
I watched some of it.
Spin City.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's a good one. Yeah.
Dropping some stuff now. But which?
Oh,
Pre-Charlie or after Charlie? Because, yeah.
it's going to be
Mike.
Marty McFly. It's going
Yeah,
to
thank
be.
you,
Mike.
thank you. Yeah, I
Pre-
kind of really hated it
I hated that
afterwards,
drop
after when
off.
Charlie took over, yeah.
One way out there. How about Keenan and Kel from
whoa.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I mean,
Nickelodeon. Right.
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
that,
I'm
4?
screwed if we do a
Yeah,
favorite
it got one
Nickelodeon
more.
show.
I got one more. Oh.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'll just go over news radio.
That was
News
good.
Radio was
That
really
was
good.
good.
Well, it's also because of the same person who was doing Simpsons with many different voices
Yeah.
and news
Yeah.
radio, and then his wife shot him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Go,
it's
Harmon.
hard. Mine are a lot of duplicates here.
Yeah, I
obviously.
feel you.
gotta
That's why I
be-
just like, you know what, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
There's so
I gotta
many
find
great
some-
ones. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go.
But I mean, honestly, they
These
were,
are the ones that I would sit there and binge watch.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
that's what I'm
Netflix.
saying.
I
There
would
were-
sit there and binge watch.
there were
Oh, yeah,
shows
except for
in the
like-
'90s that just they're the epitome of.
Yeah.
I
the
mean,
90s,
I'm probably
and-
the only person that didn't watch Friends religiously.
Yeah.
It's like, but I've seen enough of them to like it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen every episode of Friends. Seen every episode of Seinfeld.
I've seen a few.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot.
I'm
of
missing
episodes of Friends. I
episodes
watched all
of
them.
Fresh Prince. I would love to find a box set of Drew Carey show because I haven't even seen that on DVD or
Yeah.
on Netflix or anything. I would
Yeah.
love to sit down and rewatch that show.
It's a great show. And if you're gonna say Drew Carey show, you could throw in Ellen. Everybody forgets.
Oh
Ellen
yeah,
has
Ellen's
I forget
a
about
show,
Ellen's show,
yeah.
which is a
And-
groundbreaking show, and got her canned
Well,
because she
and,
came
right.
out in
Let's
it.
talk about how the drastic shift. I'm going to put Ellen on the list. Then it's just so we can talk about this.
Just
The
so we can talk about it.
groundbreaking shift of.
It wasn't canceled right away.
it was canceled because she came out and it tanked in the ratings and then nosedived and it got canned.
one
And
other
now
season,
it would have
man.
been the complete opposite. I mean, like now, the whole industry has shifted kind of like back then it was taboo.
Go on
Yeah.
Netflix. Go to comedians and getting coffee in cars with Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And Ellen's on the first season, and she talks about going from her show, coming out, getting canned, then spending 2 years just being angry and mad, and then coming up with the talk show idea.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. So so my top 5. I guess I'll slash that one. But Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Because I mean, come on.
I forgot Boy Meets World.
If you weren't watching Corey and Topanga, something was wrong in the '90s. Okay, that was a brilliant show.
Well, especially everybody keeps comparing me
kinda
to
bailed on
Corey's
TGIF,
best friend.
Especially Topanga.
I got bailed. The whole TGIF lineup, I kind of bailed on, and I probably appreciate it more now than I did.
Yeah.
Bailed on.
Like Family Matters, I thought after a while just got silly and just. Guess that wasn't where I was at as a teenager.
Yeah.
Well, that's
And
where we
then
all
I
just kind of like
it now. I watched
forgot
the
about
entire
that.
run.
Yeah,
It's
come on,
better
man.
now.
Urkel's hilarious.
Yeah. Jeez. Like, I
Well,
mean, come on.
I like how it got funnier as they got older.
Exactly.
I stopped watching it at a certain point. It's like it actually got funnier as they got older.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like we all kind of have that like '90s haze. We only remember the good parts of the '90s.
Yeah.
Same
Well,
thing
let's
happened
be
in the
honest with you.
'80s. We only remember the
Does
good
anybody
parts of
even
the
remember
'80s.
There's a lot of the
that
90s I don't
Family
remember.
Matters- Family Matters was a spin-off.
Yeah.
Family Matters
Oh,
was a
Perfect
spin-off
Strangers.
of Perfect Strangers
Yeah.
with Belky. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man.
But I never
Like,
I couldn't get into Perfect Strangers.
so Boy Meets World.
Boy
I don't know
Meets
how we
World.
all
I
went
know,
back
right?
around there. But,
It's always your list that it happens.
Yeah.
I
It is
know, but
always
this
there.
time
It's
it wasn't
fine.
me giving explanations. It was
no,
just
no,
everybody else
no. This
talking.
is me taking his explanation.
It's okay. Boy Meets World, and then Frasier. No doubt about it. I loved Frasier.
Frasier,
Friends.
awesome, yeah.
I mean, you got to have Friends
Friends.
on the list. I can't help it. I was a fan. Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
As corny and as ridiculous
I know.
and
I feel
stupid
you.
as it is.
I used to watch.
Yeah,
it
but
getting
you
ready in the
want it.
morning.
You want to ruin it? Go to Funny or Die or YouTube and look up Corey. Zach Morris is trash,
I don't
and you will
do it.
laugh your
I
ass
don't
off
do
and it'll
it.
ruin every
I am-
single episode every single
I'm a huge fan
time.
of Showgirls.
Yeah.
Showgirls.
AC Slater, bro.
AC
AC Slater.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Mr. Allie Landry.
That's right, Mr. Allie Landry. For a short
for
period.
about a day.
That's right, for about a day. And then, was that 4?
I think you have 3
That was
No.
3.
Yeah, that was
Boy Meets World, Frasier, Friends.
friends. That's it.
Saved
Saved
by the Bell.
So
That was
4.
four, yeah.
Hey, you're a 4.
And then, what do I want to do? Is it that 70s show? Is it Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Is it
Pick one.
Were you born and
I'm
raised?
just going to go that 70s show because I can't lie.
Yeah.
It's like
That's a great cast.
Big Bang
is.
Theory. Big Bang Theory and that 70s show are really like 2 sitcoms that I literally laugh at
Yeah.
every single episode.
Yeah.
At
think
least
Laura.
one laugh every single episode.
I think Laura Prepon was heavily underrated on that show as an actress. I thought she actually did drama on there
Prepon?
too. Yeah, what'd I say?
No, like, isn't it Prepon? Or
Whatever.
Like Prepon? I mean,
Doesn't-
Prepon, it's like, pardon me, would you happen to have any
Great
great
Poupon?
Prepon?
It does sound like that.
I'm
Sorry.
just waiting for the Rolls Royce.
You knew who I was talking about, though, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'm just saying.
No, she's.
Orange is the new mustard, bro.
Oh.
I mean, it fell off for me. It did fall off for me after Topher Grace left, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Agreed.
it was really centered around him.
It was.
And her. It was like that was the center. That was the staple, right? Holding
Agreed.
it. You pulled that out, and it's like, okay, John Ritter died. Okay, let's rebrand the show.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
But at least he came back to bring it home.
Yeah,
He did come back to bring it home.
cool.
And congratulations, everybody, for not touching the Danny Masterson topic. We got through the whole 70s show
Yeah,
without
the-
talk. So let's move
Until
on.
you just
Yeah,
brought
but
it
I
up.
was-
You just brought it up.
But hold on, I was about to
Anyway,
talk about
so
it.
It wasn't the
Anyway,
Hyde
exactly.
show. It was
No.
Stephen Hyde. And
Although
apparently
he
he was
was-
a Mr. Jekyll. Dr.
It was
Jekyll,
becoming a
Mr. Hyde.
Chong show though for a little while.
It was.
Right.
But no,
that's
he
right.
was. Well, when he went to jail, did you remember when he went to jail in real life, and then he left the show, and then he came back, and I think they wrote it into the show. He didn't know he left or some shit like that.
Yeah, I was always here.
Yeah. So funny.
So anyway, right now.
So anyway,
anyway.
word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word.
Word of the day.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
He's oh.
Now all I got is the hamster dance playing in the back of my head.
Right, like
And it's like the worst thing to ever bring back from like the 90s web. This word of the day is brought to you things that fall on Gaffer's head.
Wow. Things that fall on gaffers' heads.
Damn.
Okay. All right.
Barn doors.
barn doors.
Barn doors.
Also called light modifiers. These are the screens that sit in front of studio lights or theater lights. They have 4 hinges and come around the lights, and they change and control the shape of the light. So if you need something to be looking more like blinds, you can kind of skinny it up and make it look more like a blind going through. Or if you need something just more open, you just open the barn doors more. Or you're clamping your gels to the barn doors.
And
If
you
you're-
those gels with C47s.
CP9000s. I like CP9000s
Okay,
myself.
CP9000.
Or if you just want Dustin to stop talking, you
Just drop a
That's
barn
That's correct.
door.
If,
Drop
if
some
said
barn doors
barn
on his
doors
ass.
are not properly attached, they can and will fall on you.
Ugh.
That's true.
That's
Well,
not-
usually they're like a lot of them just sit on a crescent moon piece on
Yeah.
there. That's why like you're not. I don't know if them supposed to turn
Yeah,
the barn doors.
some of them you can lock.
Some of them you can lock into
Yes.
place.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. When I got the text message about the word of the day, all I got was "I like barn doors." I was like, "What? What are you talking
Oh,
about
the
right
moment I
now?"
read that, I'm like,
I like them a lot.
it's like, I need to find like a crashing sound.
Yeah,
sound
right.
effect.
Like,
I like them a lot.
I like the
Here,
I like the barn doors.
let's let people in on this. This is like early in the morning, and I'm actually taking a friend of mine to the doctor appointment, and it was like, okay, Chris, you need to pick out a word of the day. All right, clapper. Or I can make reference to the other week, barn doors.
Barn
And immediately like, oh, I want barn doors.
Yeah,
barn-
that
Because
Barn
I
doors.
feel like if we drop clapper, people think we're talking about like a venereal disease.
Right,
Or something. Like,
like-
no.
like,
or
no.
the clapper, clap
Yeah.
on, clap off. You know.
Oh
so
my goodness.
It's just like barn doors.
So
Barn doors.
anyway,
So anyway,
it is time for.
It's time for J-Lo's box office prediction.
I feel like I'm underwater.
It
Yeah.
is underwater.
That announcer's drowning.
I'm underwater. I am now.
Man overboard.
In
This week's box office predictions brought to you by Aquaman.
Brought to you by Aquaman.
Thank you, Arthur Curry.
Not Aquavina though.
Not
Sorry.
Aquafina.
Not Aquafina.
No.
Not. But if you wanted to identify as Aquafina,
She will be
that would be
mentioned.
okay.
She will be mentioned.
She will be mentioned.
Just for
because
today.
Crazy Rich Asians is still.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
this
still
is out this week.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that's
It's
interesting.
still
Yeah.
it's still going strong.
Yeah, it really is.
Hey, did you see ABC is apparently
They're gonna do a show?
developing a series based
on that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
that
I don't know
doesn't
about
su-
all that.
That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me.
But
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. But okay, anyway. New movies
Beating
out
a dead
coming
horse.
out this week. The Predator. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding
Because
this
of
one.
Olivia Munn.
Yeah, all that stuff.
I just feel like Olivia Munn. I like Olivia Munn.
Yeah, I like Olivia.
That
Munn.
didn't
like-
sound creepy.
I like Olivia Munn.
I like
I like her a lot. She was a great Psylocke,
That's
though,
creepy,
wasn't she?
bro.
She was great.
I-
And no,
I like
but you know who
Olivia
my
Munn.
favorite Olivia Munn character is?
Who?
Out of all of the things that she's played?
The newsroom.
Sloane on
The
the
newsroom.
newsroom.
Yeah, newsroom.
Oh my God, brilliant!
Yeah.
And by the way, like way back before they had done Amy Adams. Now I'm totally taking this off track, but before they had done Amy Adams, when I saw Olivia Munn as Sloane on the newsroom, I thought perfect Lois Lane for the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
But it never happened.
Never happened.
I was just
Oh, well.
surprised by the trailer of Predator that Keenan Michael Key is on it. I was like, holy crap!
Right.
I was like, are they going to be funnier? Or is
Pretty
this-
funny.
Yeah, it looks funny. So I'm like, I wonder if
Yeah.
they're going in a
He
different
plays
direction
nut
with
job
this.
in it.
And
Yeah.
Randall.
And
Sterling
Randall,
Gay.
Sterling.
Oh, Sterling Gay.
Yeah.
Isn't
I'm
it supposed to
pretty
take
excited
place
about it.
right after the first one?
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Oh, should we drop that little? Apparently, Arnold was asked to do
Yeah.
a cameo in it,
Yeah,
and,
and then
he
he was
said,
like, no.
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 He said,
I don't want
that's
to."
kind of a small role, and no.
And I'm working on Terminator because I'm the,
The
Terminator. like,
That's right.
bitches.
That's right. That Ghost Rider guy playing a Terminator.
yeah.
I'm the
The
Terminator.
Terminator.
That's right.
Yeah, but they don't have Arnold, but they do have Thomas Jane in this.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane. They have the other Punisher.
Yeah, the
Because
other Punishers.
Bernthal is the Punisher
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
So he is.
All right. So anyway, back to
Call him the first
movies
Punisher.
that are coming out
I
this
felt
week.
like I had to get it. He stole
Did
my
you?
5,
Yeah.
so I had to like get some stuff in there. Like,
A simple favor. I haven't seen anything about this. Have no idea what it's about.
no.
I do, and I want to see it. It's
Yeah.
got Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick in it.
What's it
Oh,
about?
that crazy ass one where she like disappears
Yes.
and Anna Kendrick is like blamed for killing her or something like that, right? Isn't that like
yeah, it looks trippy.
yeah?
it that one?
This looks like really
Oh.
good.
A mommy blogger.
Like who is
The one that Ryan Reynolds said something about?
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
what is the like one of the things
Yeah.
in the trailer is
Tagline
like
or
who
something,
is
or,
who is
What happened to Emily?
what happened to Emily and Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds?
Is that why
tweets-
you want to see it?
Yeah,
No.
Ryan Reynolds tweeted Blake Lively, obviously his wife or whatever, and it's like, yeah, who is Emily or
Yeah,
what,
he
what-
tweeted something like, "I'm her husband, and,
and
I
I
still
don't even
get
know
to
what
I
happened to
don't even
Emily.
know.
Yeah, it's like pretty funny.
So,
I
oh my
like this
gosh.
description here. Centers around a mommy blogger who seeks to uncover the truth behind her best friend Emily's sudden
Yes.
disappearance from their
Yes.
small town.
Yeah.
But apparently Emily
That's a
wasn't
great
what people
description.
thought Emily was.
Yeah.
Much like
No.
our Emily.
Apparently.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know who the hell she is.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Whoa.
Yeah, I feel like that.
That.
Like, look,
Right
like
there.
Emily is Emily, and little
Someone
Cam is
open the
little, but
door.
then there's
But-
feisty,
And then there's
feisty Cam.
But I respect it.
But I
Yeah,
respect
no,
it.
absolutely. We
We
respect,
respect-
your right to be
yeah.
feisty.
Yeah. Anyway,
But anyway,
and White Boy Rick, Matthew McConaughey's new flick. Man, just a lot of good movies coming out that
Yeah.
I can't go see because Movie Pass is a bitch.
Right, the three.
That
the
I've
three?
already
You've
seen my
already
through
seen
me-
your three.
my-
You
Wow.
have to pay for
I
that.
just go-
Look, wait,
Kristen
wait.
Didn't.
Wait,
Give me
wait.
$20. Go see him.
Oh.
Hold on, y'all. I want to say
Jesus.
this is an hour, 50 minutes, and did not mention Movie Pass.
Oh well,
It's true.
now we did.
Now
Yeah.
I got two left though. My billing cycle switched, so I got two left.
we got two left.
Yeah, so which is good because unfortunately there's like 8 that we want to go see,
Yeah.
and I've got 2 left.
Exactly.
Still holding on to it, huh?
I mean,
Well, yeah,
yeah. Haven't tried to
Yeah, look,
cancel.
yeah,
yet.
I'm
But
gonna
can I
hold
just
on to
say,
it.
do.
White Boy Rick, how awesome is this movie going to be?
I can't wait.
And
for
you
that
know
movie.
that dude, Rick,
Little boy,
his
little dude.
first gig,
Really?
his first gig, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
right. You get
Based
to
on
work
a
on
true
a film
story.
like this,
Yeah.
and then with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
like what?
Freaking Oscar winner. That's
Well, and Bruce
insane.
Dern, dude, he's like a legend.
Oh,
Bruce
shit.
Dern, that's
Yeah.
the granddad.
Oh
like
damn.
first gig, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's epic.
Did he die? Bruce Dern.
No,
No.
I thought he did. I'm
unless he's like a Walking Dead in this movie.
Walking
He's
Dead.
Like he's
Whoa, like where do we turn on this one?
Where
This
do
was
we
a.
turn?
But
I
anyway,
apologize. Mr.
Movies
Dern.
that are still out this
He
week.
said, "I apologize, Mr. Dern. Please come on the
Yeah,
on the
come
show
on
and tell
the
us how you
show.
beat death."
Yeah.
Like,
I thought-
But anyway, movies that are still out this week: Mission Impossible, Fallout, The Meg, Crazy Rich Asians, The Nun's pretty good, and Peppermint is fantastic.
Oh my gosh,
Female
Peppermint.
Punisher, great
yeah.
movie.
If you want to know what we thought about Peppermint and the Nun,
yes.
is it worth it? It's
Is
now
it
out.
worth it? Is now out.
Out.
Make sure to go watch that on our website, crazyantfilms.com, or our YouTube channel, Crazy Ant Films. Subscribe, like, all that good shit.
That's right.
So yeah, number one, I think it's gonna be hard between the Predator and the Nun because the Nun did crazy numbers.
It
last
did really
week.
well.
Yeah,
it
so-
did really
weeks
well.
We'll be having on a person. that was
Yeah,
working it.
Lily.
We
Borden.
want, yeah, we
Yeah.
did have Lily Bourdain, and she's going to be joining us at the end of the month in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
Can't wait for that.
So we're really because that was great. And you know who else I would love to have on from the Nun?
Who?
And maybe we could talk to Lily about but Frenchie,
Frenchie.
Frenchie,
Like
Holy shit!
the holiest.
Well, you can tell who have seen the movie.
Christ,
No.
Jesus! Come on, man, Frenchie, come on the show, bro.
But I personally think the number one's gonna take the number one spot, stay there with around 30 million. But I think the Predator is gonna be close with around 20 to 25 million. Number 3, I think it's gonna be White Boy Rick because a lot of people have been waiting for that movie. Number 4, Crazy Rich Asians
Starring
with
Aquafina.
Aquafina with around 10 million, and number 5, A Simple Favor with around 10 to 14. Everything's going to be pretty close, so we shall see. A lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah, I feel like probably it's unfair for A Simple Favor and White Boy Rick
Agreed.
because I feel like this release date is stacked against them
Agreed.
with Predator and the Nun
And
still
then
out
Nun's
there.
still being
And I'm
out.
gonna say this: with the storms coming in, that's also gonna maybe change the numbers, especially on the eastern
That's
seaboard.
absolutely
True.
correct because the majority of the big
That hurricane,
screens are in the East Coast.
Yeah,
and,
it's supposed to hit Friday.
and
Yeah.
it's apparently going to take several states.
Mm.
So both the Carolinas, Virginia, and then
Yeah.
they're talking even possibly affecting Atlanta.
Wow.
With the flooding because
Yeah.
it's going to linger so far in.
Yeah.
So who knows, man?
That's
By the time
crazy.
the show airs, it'll have already made landfall. So hopes and thoughts
Yeah,
with everybody
we're positive
that's
vibes.
Yes.
dealing with it, and
Goodness gracious.
stay safe. Hopefully, they evacuated.
Yeah,
and, you know.
agreed.
A lot of people are
Take
taking
your
the hints. A lot of
precautions.
people are already starting to clear out as of
That's
right now.
good.
Yeah.
Take the right precautions. But yeah,
That's right.
anyway, 1, The Nun, 2, Predator, 3, White Boy Rick, 4, Crazy Rich Asians, and 5, A Simple Favor. Yeah.
I think those predictions are all right.
All right. But there's a lot of good movies out right
I
now.
like
There
that
really
expression
is.
Jason has over there. Like, oh,
I'm
he
still
went
though.
there.
I'm still the one I'm excited about. Jeez, man, my phone
Blowing
it just
up.
shows you getting shit done because
Yep.
like it's just ridiculous. Notifications, text messages,
Yeah.
and whoever it was, and I haven't checked the number yet, but for God's sake, whoever it was who kept trying
Kept
to call
calling
during
you,
our
yeah.
interview. What the hell?
I was
when
wondering what
I
was
check
going
that
on.
number, I'm gonna call back and be
Yeah.
like, "Bitch,
What are you
No,
doing?
like, what are you doing? We're doing a show here, man."
And then you're gonna call back, and it's gonna be like, there has been several warrants taken
Yeah,
out in your name for tax evasion.
You've won a
Free
Caribbean
cruise.
Free cruise.
Like,
Yeah.
oh boy, thank you.
All bullshit.
All you have to do is send us your bank account information. It's like,
Oh my god.
Please go to your local
Right.
Western
Right.
Union and make out a money order.
money. Speaking of, let's talk Billboard.
Let's talk Billboard. The chart toppers are the top charters, whatever
Top
you want to
charters.
say.
Chart tartars.
yeah, of
I like
course.
them tartar tots.
Them
They're pretty
tartar
good. I like to dip them in the mayo.
Oh my goodness.
You want your tots?
So anyway,
So I'm guessing,
And I haven't even been drinking
oh
wine
my
this week.
goodness, yes.
God.
Yeah, this is you sober.
This is him
Jeez.
sober.
And look,
Was
I
this-
don't have a mic stand, but I have two hands also, J-Lo. Look
Look,
at that.
are you happy?
Two hands up because I got the wireless.
Because
Well,
you got the wireless. And
It's-
nobody can
it's-
see
Nobody can
anymore.
see.
Oh, it's not a.
The
I'm
dead
doing
battery,
this so nobody
yeah.
can see me.
Like
Like we have
that.
to visually represent
Yeah.
it.
He's
I
doing-
put
he-
my hands up like J-Lo did, but the
He's-
camera's
for
not
anyone,
on anymore.
For anyone deaf
so
listening,
nobody
listening to
can
the radio,
see
he's
it.
he's doing
Like,
sign
I'm
language.
doing sign language. I'm like
Oh
that
my
fake one
goodness.
though. Remember
Oh,
the fake one that
yeah.
was doing it all? She was just making it up. Like
So anyway.
But anyway,
so Logan,
Billboard top.
I haven't looked at it, but my mind's going Kamikaze's #1 still.
Yes, Kamikaze, the top 200 albums. Eminem, he came out with the #1 album. He dropped his surprise. I don't know what number this is. 6, 8, something around there. His
Well, let's
sixth
see.
studio
Something like
album.
Oh.
And so yeah, that it's pretty. This is
Hold
a pretty
on,
good
I'll
album.
get the knowledge here.
Get the knowledge. But yeah, it's a really good album.
It's about 9 or 10.
9. Yeah, he's a legend, obviously. But we reviewed this one in this week's Is It Worth It? Make sure to go check that out.
is it worth it?
Is It Worth It? Where you can catch that on our
That's right.
Are there
website
any
and our
spoilers?
YouTube.
This is his
Yeah,
10th.
there's a little bit of spoilers in this one. We tried to be nice.
It's
Ten.
his 10th.
There's
It's
10.
his
10th
10th.
It's
studio
his
album.
10th
That's what I thought.
studio album.
10th.
A
10th.
legend in the game, man.
He is a legend.
Yes. So, yes.
Fuck the haters.
Congratulations for the #1 spot. Let's see how long you hold on to it. I'm guessing 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. But
Well,
there's a
there's
lot of music that
There's
comes out.
rumor since Machine Gun Kelly did fire back his video. There's rumor
Yeah,
out now
Rap
that
Devil.
Eminem has one. Or
he's got
getting
a
one ready.
response.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
what I
wait.
hear. That's
I
the rumor.
cannot wait because honestly, MGK's song was really good.
It was.
like-
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
to
but
see
it,
how-
I myself, I felt whiny. I felt like he was trying to whine and
Yeah.
saying, "Well, if you're the rap god, I'm the rap devil." It's like,
Rap
dude,
devil.
who created the devil?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Marshall has to say.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, have we ever confirmed or
Are
not
they just
confirmed
beefing because they're two white rappers?
that like?
I mean,
Oh no,
Well,
he's beefing because Machine Gun Kelly back in the day went on his daughter's,
Yeah.
Eminem's daughter's Facebook and said, "You're fucking hot."
Yeah.
She was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was being
Yeah.
dad, and he's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
held back. I think he's
Right.
been held back by by Dre and all them.
Yeah.
All that
and
other
then-
Stopping
shit
him,
goes
and
out
now
the
he's
window
allowed.
when you become dad.
Exactly.
Like you got to be
Right.
dad.
Well,
you
I'm
don't
just
fuck
wondering,
with
I
dad.
mean, you got MGK, who's obviously just been a little, somewhat a lot behind Eminem.
Yeah.
I mean, I like some of his stuff, but I mean, it's like he wasn't.
He's no Eminem.
Yeah,
No.
right.
No.
And it's like, is this just jealousy rearing its head because he's not the
Well,
preeminent?
he dissed him. Eminem
Well, I mean, I didn't know
dissed
that
him
story,
in
though.
Kamikaze, so
Right.
that's why he made Rap Devil. And if they get a good back and forth,
It'll
I'm all
be-
for
yeah,
it
me
for
too.
good music
Me too.
because it's entertaining to listen to, and as a listener, I'm enjoyed.
I see though. Like what I was gonna say is, have we ever confirmed or not confirmed that Marshall was dating Nikki?
Nikki, I don't think that was true. I
Okay.
think that was a promo run because he was on her album.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wanted to make sure, because
No, I don't know.
I didn't want Marshall to get hit by a stray shoe.
Right.
You know, like in
'Cause
between
that-
old Cardi and Nikki.
right,
I'm like,
goodness
duck, Marshall,
gracious.
duck.
Be careful.
Isn't that just beautiful that they got
Marshall
into
gonna
a
come
fight?
out with Shoe God,
Right.
and it's gonna be beautiful. It's
Like,
gonna be like
at New York Fashion Week.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
just
God.
my
Yeah.
goodness.
Right?
It's,
Like-
it's insane.
Yeah, they're classy broads.
Yeah, classic
Right.
fashion. But anyway, and 9 weeks now, Drake, In My Feelings. Kiki Does Love You.
yes, Kiki does.
This now ties for Usher's for most weeks at number 1. So that's pretty awesome. And the honorable mention this week, Drake has been on the Hot 100 for 48 weeks straight, and 6 songs have been number 1 singles. So
Wow.
he has an impact on the music game right now.
He indeed
And he's
does.
32, so it's cool that he's still staying relevant with the younger people.
32.
So
And you know who's apparently still relevant?
Hmm.
Although I'm not sure yet, because I've listened and I'm still trying to see whether I can't make up my mind whether I like it or fucking hate
are you
it.
talking about the Paul McCartney
Paul
album?
McCartney's new album.
I was gonna
I'm
see.
like-
I was gonna see if you wanted to review it on the next.
Yeah,
Is It
no, I
Worth It?
totally do.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a crazy review because I'm like, oh, I want to like this, and I think I do, and then oh no, this is like.
I only listened to the one song, and it was pretty weird.
And then did you see he just like released a statement or something? I guess in an interview or something, where he's talking about where him and John Lennon would masturbate together.
What?
I think it was
That
on
was
Howard
weird.
Stern.
That
the
was the
most
weirdest
Stern
thing I
one.
read on
It
Google
was like-
News.
yeah,
That was
it
on my
was-
Google
what is
brief, and I'm
happening
like,
right
what
now?
the hell?
He just did a Stern interview. I haven't listened
Yeah,
to it
and
yet,
he's
but I
like,
was
oh
still
yeah,
on the way
we'd be
home.
sitting around and we'd be like, ooh, Bridget Bardot, and wang, 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 and I'm like,
no.
what?
No.
Paul, we don't want to hear it.
We used to masturbate to
Yeah, it's like, oh, everybody was doing it. It's
me
Bridget
and
Bardot,
John.
I'm like,
Me and
what?
John used to masturbate to Bridget Bardot.
It's
No.
like, what?
So anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So thank you guys for listening to the show this
Thanks,
week. We
y'all.
really appreciate
That's what
it.
happens with
That's
Sergeant
what you call
Pepper's
going out on a
Lonely.
high note.
It's a lonely heart band.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
Going
get
out on a
lonely.
high, low.
in the
brown
show,
note.
in the
Yeah.
show.
And so make sure to follow us at all of our social media handles:
sure they were high
Facebook,
when they
Twitter,
did that.
Instagram, Facebook, The Crazy Ant Film Company, Twitter, Crazy Ant Films, and Instagram, Crazy
I think
_Ant
Ringo gave him a
_
beat while they were-
Films. And on YouTube, Crazy Ant Films. We have a website, crazyantfilms.com. This podcast is available on Apple Podcasts and Google Play Music. Make sure to give us 5 stars, like and subscribe.
And
It always
download.
and download, comment, give us your thoughts. Let us know what you think about our podcast. Let us know what you want to hear from this podcast, because we are always learning. Like our guest this week, Sam Medina, said, we're always learning from different people, and we are always evolving as
Do you know who we learned the most from?
who.
Oprah!
Get crazy.